The following is a product of Studio 42.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
From Studio 42 on HowEnterprise.com, this is How Bulldogs Football.
Cross on the jet sweep, trying to break away 30. Look out, 25. He's fast. 15, 10, 5. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown time in Texas.
How Bulldogs Football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GC Easy, Sonic of Howe.
Tank Turner wrapped him up, took him behind the woodshed.
Also brought to you by Brother Plumber, Hit, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography, the Llama Realty Group.
It's long enough. It's good. 31 yards for Johnny Garcia.
Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Knight Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm.
75 yards for Braden Omer on 4th and 1. Quit it.
Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric.
Great tackle on the edge by Garen Langford. G-Force.
Also brought to you by MTE Fence, the crazy AC guy, Anchors Boat and RV Storage.
Strong kept it. He pulled it out of his gut like a magician, and down the sideline he goes.
Now let's open the Rapid Electric tailgate party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
The gauntlet is over. Bells and Gunner are in the rearview mirror, and Howe can now focus on their chance to make the playoffs. Although it's a slim chance thanks to a Blue Ridge defeat of Bells last week, the opportunity still presents itself with some help. Even if Howe doesn't clinch a playoff berth, the Dogs, with their 4th win, will show improvement over last season's 3-7 record. It's a rare late-season matchup with Callisburg where the field is dry and the clouds aren't pouring tears. It's Howe at Callisburg here at the Berg, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
This is 3-year starting kicker Jonathan Garcia. When I kick the ball, I don't need no stinking tea, but I will take a sweet tea at Sonic before, during, and after the game. When I kick on over to Sonic, they have great food and big smiles.
Johnny, get your leg warmed up.
I stay warmed up with Sonic's onion rings and tater tots. Not to mention the great drink specials.
Hey, Johnny, we need you to drill this one. Let's go. Bring your tea.
Nah, Coach, I just finished it. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Johnny Garcia bangs it through.
Hey, Steve here, the crazy AC guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get a free furnace with the purchase of a qualified AC condenser coil package. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker with the crazy AC guy, Senior Spotlight.
This week's Senior Spotlight is Garen Langford, senior captain. You started kindergarten in Howe, but you have some white rat ties. Your dad played for the Tigers. Does he ever bring up the old days?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he brings up how he played in White Rat, and he talks about their big rivalry between them and Tom Bean and stuff.
You also had a sister who was very active at Howe High School. What's she doing these days?
She's a nurse down at Baylor in Plano, works on the oncology floor and works nights.
Y'all were pretty successful in the youth football program. 3 Super Bowls. Talk about those days. What do you remember?
I just remember like all the joy and laughter and all the good memories, being able to play there. And I remember getting to go and play at the Cowboys Stadium and stuff. It's a big memory to me, and just getting to enjoy the times whenever we were real successful.
Last week against Bells, it looked like you took a helmet-to-helmet shot. What happened there?
I got a pretty good hit to the side of the head and knocked me down, but I got back up and I went back in and started losing some focus and came out with a concussion.
Who's your favorite teacher at Howe High School?
I'm probably going to have to go with Miss Nell. I know a lot of people choose Miss Nell, but she's a really good person and somebody you can definitely go to if you need anything.
What about favorite coach?
Definitely going to have to go with Coach Harvey. He's a great mentor to me. Really like him. He's somebody I look up to and somebody that's always been there for me and supported me.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out and listen to the crazy AC guy, which I know you know pretty well. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hey, Steve here, the crazy AC guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get 0% financing for 60 months for any qualified air conditioning and heating system. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
We're here with Garen Langford, our senior spotlight. You took a year off from football last year. What made you decide to come back?
Again, Coach Harvey, he wanted me to come back, and he's definitely somebody that inspires me to be here, somebody that I want to play for and encourages you, and he's just a great guy and, like, always there for you.
Tough loss at Gunner last week. Everyone knew these 2 teams were going to be the gauntlet with Bells and Gunner. You're still in the playoff hunt. How focused is this team for that goal?
We really got to be focused here. They're a lot like our team. They play a lot like us, off and defense-wise. Thinking we can shut them down, we'll move the ball, and we'll be able to score a lot and come out on top.
So as a senior, how do you show your leadership for this team?
I try to look out, try to be like the positive guy there, and even whenever we're down, I try to still bring everybody up and look for the positive things that are going instead of all the doubts and try to keep everybody on track.
With Braden Ulmer out, how much has that affected this team?
It affects quite a bit, but at the same time, I feel like it brings us together, and we try to play together and find ways around it, and I think we're still just as successful without him.
A winnable game. You kind of described them a little bit, but what have you seen from them on film, and can you exploit what they do?
They're pretty run heavy. I like to get straight downhill on their run game. They also come out and throw the ball. RPO team, a lot like that, a lot like us, but I think our defense can handle it pretty well.
What's the status for Garen Langford to be able to play?
I'm out again this week, sadly. I'm hoping to be back by senior night. I was really hoping to be back this week, but it just wasn't able to happen.
Tonight's Senior Spotlight has been brought to you by the Crazy AC Guy. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Main line break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
Hey, Steve here, the crazy AC guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get a free furnace with the purchase of a qualified AC condenser coil package. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker with the Crazy AC Guy Coach's Corner with Bulldogs head coach Andrew Harvey.
All right, Coach, we're all glad that Gunner is gone, and no one wants to talk about him, I'm sure. But do you believe there's a Class 3A Division II team that can beat them?
I mean, obviously, like any team can win on like any night. I think they're a little less dynamic than they were last year, especially at the quarterback position. Their new quarterback does throw it a little better, but they want to run the triple option stuff, and you can kind of tell in the game that that wasn't, I don't know, that wasn't really an option for them because of the lack of running ability of their quarterback. I mean, he's a good athlete, but they want a guy that can I don't know, go 80 in a second. But saying all that, no, I mean, if I was a betting man, I would probably put my money on Gunner. They're a great team. They're a good example is they have 32 seniors. We don't have 32 guys on our roster. The competition in practice has got to be phenomenal. Again, they're the best, probably the best coach team I've ever gone up against. I don't want to not give credit to that either. That they have such a great system, great coaching staff. Their kids work hard. You have to if you want to survive in a culture like that. I'd even if they jumped up into 3A Division I, I'd be hard pressed to really find a team that's better than them. I was even talking to Coach Hamill, for example. He was at Sherman last year, and I was like, would Sherman have a chance against them? He's like, no, they would wax Sherman. They have a Division I safety. Their quarterback's going to go play Division I football as a kicker. So obviously he's a great, they have a bunch of at least Division II players on their team. They're at this level, there's not much else like it. And I think a three-peat is probably in their near future.
Speaking of surviving, one of the goals had to be to get out of that game without more injuries. That seemed to be the case. Anybody go down that we didn't see?
No. Obviously there's bumps and bruises and stuff like that after any game. But no key injuries or big injuries happened. So that's the positive, and it really helped that the game went faster than most games do. So we get out faster. So thankfully, yes, for the first time in a few weeks, we haven't had any major injuries to any of our key players.
Where in the world did James Coward come from last Friday night?
I mean, if you've been in the program, you wouldn't be shocked that was coming. He's a dude that he just shows up every day. He works his tail off. He's pissed off the world all the time too, which I love, especially guys that are either going to tackle ball carriers or carry the ball. So wasn't shocked per se, but like I feel like he did perform very well. I gotta give credit to Bryce Piper too. Like first play of the game, he goes for like 12 yards around the right side. Like it kind of showed that we're going to be losing our I don't know, number one ball carrier like next year, but like we got guys in the stable that are ready to go. And like for the rest of the season, like now, instead of like a one-headed monster or two-headed monster with Garrett Rogers earlier in the season, like we got three guys that can really tote the rock. And that's good going forward, not just for this season, but like for the future.
Jonathan Garcia's holders this season have been Colby McNutt, went down with an injury. Garrett Rogers went down with an injury. Garen Langford went down with an injury. I'm starting to think that is a cursed position. You went with Ryken Cross last week. Can you find someone else?
If I could, I would. Holdings, like, you can either do it or you can't, you know, like even some guys you think can't. It's like one of those unique things. Like, I don't think I could hold it because I'm like, I don't, for whatever reason, like when I play, I was scared. Like he's going to hit my hand. So I'm like moving my hand too early and stuff like that. And like the catch and the little spin thing you got to do. Thankfully we have a great holding coach. Like Coach Hamlin's done a great job to have four guys ready for that every week. And like having a consistent kicker in Johnny, like that helps you, or that's like a huge help as well. Thankfully, I don't believe in curses. That would be like not good if the current holder goes down because he's a key part of our team. But no, I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to play with fire, especially when you're on your fourth guy. Like the curse, or if there is one, you know, it's got to break somewhere.
Well, speaking of injuries, Braden Ulmer, everyone wants to know, what's the status?
He's going to play. He would have probably played last week if I let him. He might have played bells if I like. The dude's just a ball player. Like he loves football. I mean, as much as like any kid I've ever been around. He wants to win just as much as I do, which like that's hard to do, I think. And like, yeah, he'll be all right. Like, we're gonna make sure that like we're not using him in situations where he doesn't need to be used, if that makes sense. But like when we need yards, he's gonna be out there. When we need stops on defense, he's gonna be out there. It is a good break for us that we are getting one of our like better football players back, a team leader, and yeah, I'm excited to see him back out there.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hey, Steve here, the Crazy AC Guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get a free furnace with the purchase of a qualified AC condenser coil package. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy.
Coach, it seems like most of this show we've been talking about injuries. So what's the status on guys like Garen Langford, Garrett Rogers, Gage Carr, McNutt, and just a plethora of others?
I mean, they're all mostly day-to-day. Hopefully a couple of them may play this week. I don't know. You know, status is kind of up in the air. All of them, none of them are like season-ending injuries, so it's kind of up to like the timetable on like their healing process and stuff like that. Obviously, all of them are like key parts of our team, and we'd love to have them back. So as soon as they can get back, like we're gonna have them out there. But like that's kind of up to our trainer and like the kid themselves. I can't jump and like I tell them all the time, I can't jump inside your body and like feel what you're feeling. So like you just got to be honest about it. And like if you can't go, then you can't go. But I would say they're all at least back by the last game of the year. Hopefully we get one or two of those guys you just mentioned back by Friday, but I don't know.
You've got Callisburg Friday night. Must win if you want to get to where you want to go to achieve your goals. What are you going to see from them?
I mean, they're a well-coached ball club. They're a lot like us. And in the sense that, like, they kind of hang their hat on, like, run-stopping defense and being able to run the ball. They're not overly blessed in, like, the areas that we're not overly blessed in. Like, they do have some troubles, like, throwing the football. They played 2 different quarterbacks. But they have a really, like, good-sized offensive line. They have a running back who is huge. He's not like Braden Ulmer, because Braden Ulmer's got a little bit more wiggle, but he's definitely like a larger human than Braden. Maybe a little bit closer to like 33 from Bell is just going to like try to run you over. And they do have like a heavy set like we do that they'll jump into. They're an even front, and like in this district, you don't see a lot of even fronts. So that's kind of similar as well. They play on grass, which I think is weird nowadays. Get some turf on that field. Can't wear the white pants, and the kids are mad about it. But it is what it is. But yeah, they're a well-coached team. They've always been a pretty good program. Not like great, not ever bad, just kind of pretty good. And they're pretty good this year. They only have 1 district win, but like they haven't really got blown out this year. They've been in most games, so. I expect a good game, and like it's probably going to come down to whoever makes more plays in the fourth quarter.
After the Gunner game, how have the kids responded in practice this week?
Awesome. I told some, but it might have been Coach Graham, like immediately after the game ended with Gunner, that like that touchdown at the end might have been one of like the bigger touchdowns we've had this year. For like the simple fact that we needed some sort of momentum moving forward. I had to kind of do a come to Jesus talk in the locker room at halftime, because there's a lot of daubers down, and I don't know, guys were in their feelings about stuff. And like, I just remind them, hey guys, like we're playing football. Like you all love football, so like, don't worry about outcome. Just like worry about like what your job is at play. And like, just do that. And if like that's all you're worried about, then that's all that's all you can worry about. And like, that's all that should matter to you. And like getting some sort of payoff at the end was a huge help. I also want to say, like in the Gunner game, I feel like our special teams were like pretty freaking good, and that was a huge bump too. So that like there was positive. Like, the last year against Gunner, it was probably the most demoralizing game I've ever been a part of in my coaching career. It was just like we couldn't cover punts, we couldn't cover kickoffs. We had a couple like pick six. It was just like, man, can we do anything right? Well, this year there was some things that we could do right. Like I think they had 5 to 10 yards like on their returns on punts, like little things like that. Outsiders may not notice, but like the kids know, and like they can see improvements, and like, so again, like having that like final payoff at the end, getting in the end zone. It doesn't matter whether they're the first string or the third string on the field. Like those are quality cats out there. Like you're not like scoring a touchdown on some scrubs. Like the guys on the field for Gunner at the end of the game would be starting for most teams in our district. This is how it is, the nature of the beast. So like, I really think that helped to like allow for our practices like this week to be great. And like, they also know, like I kept telling them, like I pulled the alarm, the lights are going off, the siren's going off. Like, this is it, guys. Like if we don't have this one, like we're going into bye week. We got 2 weeks with like a game that matters, because all games matter, but like for the grand scheme of things, it doesn't, because like there's no playoffs in our future if we don't get this one. So they understood like the severity of it and like the importance of it, and it showed in practice all week. And I feel like we had a great week of practice.
Speaking of your final opponent, Blue Ridge, they appear to be maybe an elite team in the region. Maybe are you looking ahead at all?
No. Usually I do. Like most coaches jump ahead, because like once you're done with the game plan, like I'm done with my game plan for Callisburg on Sunday, for example. Like for the most part, there's nothing else that needs to go in, because like we're rolling on Monday, so I better be prepared on Monday, because you don't want to be changing things throughout the week or anything like that. But like this week, made sure I spent a little more time, looked in every nook and cranny because the game is so important. But also we have a bye week next week, so we can spend a good amount of time. I mean, we have to have some things game planned out for next week, but practice is going to be shorter. It's going to be a little more lax. We'll probably work more on fixing problems with us than preparing for them. And then that last week we'll really start ramping up for Blue Ridge.
The Coach's Corner has been brought to you by the Crazy AC Guy. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Got hail? Get hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
Hey, Steve here, the Crazy AC Guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get 0% financing for 60 months for any qualified air conditioning and heating system. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
Howe is 7-4 overall in games played on October the 25th. The first game took place in the very first season with a 12-0 win over the Dorchester Natives at a sticky, black, muddy Bulldog Stadium. In 1940, Howe beat Gunner 54-7 as the Tigers became the first team to score on Howe that season. In 1946, Howe won 20-7 and gave up the first points in a regular season game in 2 seasons. In 1963 on this date, Howe lost to Leonard 28-0, and in 1974 lost at Sanger 28-14. On this date in 1985, Howe introduced the double crack with Stephen Ogle and won 28-6. On this date in 1991, Howe won here in Callisburg 50-0 as sophomore Brian Thomas ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. In 1996, Howe lost at Aubrey 14-6. In 2002, Howe beat S&S 20-2 on this date. And in 2013, Howe beat Commerce 26-12. The last game played on this date was in 2019 when Howe lost to Commerce 20-14. This will be the 15th matchup between Callisburg and Howe, dating back to the first game played in 1967. The Dogs lost that initial matchup 16-8 in a rain-soaked Bulldog Stadium. The most points scored by Howe came in 1991 when Howe scored 50 at Callisburg in a rainy, mud-soaked field. Callisburg's best performance came in 2007 when they beat the Dogs 63-7 at Bulldog Stadium. Howe's last trip to the Berg was opening night of 2020 when the Dogs were utterly embarrassed 48-8. The last matchup between the two schools took place in 2021 when the Wildcats defeated Howe 35-21.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
Hi everyone, my name is Presley Harrell, class of 2025 cheerleader and cross-country runner.
This is Talon Haley, senior basketball player and Howe High School record-setting golfer.
Hi, this is Camry Snap, and I'm a graduating volleyball and softball player.
This is Braden Wilmer, class of 2025. I play football, baseball, and I run track.
We would like to thank the Howe Athletic Booster Club for their support and encourage anyone wanting to be a part of supporting Howe's athletes to reach out for more information. Go Dogs!
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
So hot up here. Roger must think he's preaching a Hellfire Sunday sermon.
I know. He won't ever turn the air on.
Monty, who recovered that fumble?
The only name that comes to mind is Lucifer.
Charles Furr? Got it.
Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255.
Fifth quarter tonight is going to be a hot one.
I bet.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
From Studio 42 on HoweEnterprise.com, this is Howe Bulldogs football. You've been listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Berg. We're in Callisburg. We're on top of the press box here, Justin White. Good evening, everyone. Also joining us is Jake Roberts, along with Stephen Braswell, Malin Walker. Ought to be we're outdoors, but it's kind of a nice evening, Justin.
Feels very good out here. We're way up here, up top of the press box. And our second time, very opposite of what we were at Bells. We were like field level against Bells. Callisburg, we're way up. We can see the action.
And I can't win either way, because if I can't see down on the ground, now I'm up in the sky, and Mr. Magoo doesn't do very well up here. But hopefully everybody has the thick block numbers, and it'll be a lot easier tonight. Howe comes in here on desperation. Alarms are going off. The bells are ringing. Everything is on the line tonight. You must win tonight, and you must win in 2 weeks, because the Howe has a bye week next week, in order to reach the playoffs. And you need a little help from others in order to get to the playoffs. And one of those helps that's needed is SNS to beat Leonard. And, good luck there.
SNS unfortunately hadn't won a game in a couple of years.
If Leonard unfortunately loses their quarterback and their running back and both wide receivers, linebackers, some safeties, that might be a pretty good game.
Yeah, that may help them out a little bit, but Howe's going to need some help here in the next couple of weeks. But they got to take care of business first. They get these next 2 games, they have to win to even have a chance.
Yeah, the mindset of the players has to be just go out and give it everything you have and try to control your own destiny of what you can control. And if they do that, I think there's an opportunity to win tonight, Justin.
There really is. This is a beatable opponent. You've kind of taken your lumps. You took your medicine with Bells and Gunner respectively. But tonight you play a Callisburg opponent that you don't want to take lightly, but it's a team that's a little bit more on your level competitive-wise, and you have a very decent chance of winning this game, but it could go the other way. Both teams are coming out trying to get a win.
I want to thank you for joining our Rapid Electric tailgate party. Don't get shocked. Call them at 903-421-8100. Also want to thank Crazy AC Guy for the senior spotlight with Garen Langford, the coach's corner, and the flux capacitor. We'll talk a little bit about one of the things that was in the flux capacitor this week. I played here 33 years ago tonight on this very field.
Wow.
It was much different back then because it was a monsoon, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Right now, let's go over our hit, roof, and exterior starting lineups. Hit, roof, and exterior got hailed, get hit. Justin, you want to start with
not Bowie.
I didn't change that on there, did I?
I wondered if you noticed that. When I saw it, I was like, am I looking at
it was the same color pattern
I figured,
as my
that's what
buoy,
I figured it was, yeah.
So I just tried to make a manipulation to my chart, and I forgot to change the Bowie Jackrabbits to the Callisburg Wildcats.
You did it on the defense. You just did it on the offense side.
Yeah. So
I could do. You want to do Callisburg defense first, or
sure?
Better. Okay. All right. Let's start with the Callisburg defense. Starting at outside linebacker and defensive end Logan Grisham. He's a junior. I'm sorry. Michael Wright, who's a defensive tackle, he's a junior. At nose tackle is Gustavo Perez. He's a junior. Another junior, Tegan Lindsay, at defensive tackle. Linebackers, outside linebacker Jace Bauer, he's a senior. Colin Phillips, a senior. And another senior, Clayton Winters. So you got 4 juniors on the offensive line, 3 seniors at linebacker. In the secondary, at cornerback is Jake Westerfield. He's a senior. At the weak side safety is Chris Walker. He's a sophomore.
No relation.
Strong safety is Grayson Cates. He's a senior. And the other cornerback is Trip Hazel. He's a senior. They're your starting defense for Callisburg.
The Howe Bulldogs, who come in at 3-5 on the year, 1-3 in district play in District 7 3A Division II, will have up front Dylan Patterson. On the offensive line at left tackle, the left guard is Michael Weimer. The center is Aiden Torres. The right guard is Large Marge, Will Ingram. And the right tackle is Jacob Griffo. Wide receiver tonight, with Colby McNutt still nursing an injury, will be Jeremiah Thornton, 2 catches for 13 yards. Starting at wide receiver on the right side, with Garen Langford still injured, it'll be Malachi Daly, the senior, with 4 catches and 15 yards. Slot receiver will be Kendall O'Brien with 6 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. All of that came against Bells 2 weeks ago. Starting at running back, B.U.
He's back.
71 carries for 754 yards on the season, 13 touchdowns. Also caught 17 passes for 92 yards, averaging 10.62 per carry and 5.41 per reception. And his dad played here for Callisburg back in the day, so a big night for the Ulmer family. Mom also graduated here. The slot receiver opposite of O'Brien will be Ryken Cross, the sophomore, 22 catches, 306 yards, by far the favorite target. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. He's also carried 7 times for 63 yards. In the backfield, you'll also see at times Bryce Piper, sophomore, 55 carries, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns. And also James Cowart, who had a big night in the latter part of the game against Gunner a week ago. 11 carries for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. All of that came against Gunner last week. At quarterback tonight, sophomore Rylan Strong. He's 60 out of 123, 10 interceptions, 627 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He's also rushed 60 times for 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. Head coach is Andrew Harvey. He's 3-5 for his career, same as the Howe Bulldogs' current season. In his first season, the offensive coordinator, Justin Graham, and the athletic trainer, Ricky Ake. It's his 36th season in Howe.
All right, let's go to the Callisburg offense. Starting at left tackle, you heard him on the defensive line, playing left tackle, on the offensive line, Michael Wright, a 5'11", 220-pound junior. At left guard is a 5'10", 285-pound junior, Gustavo Perez. At center is Bowen McAdams. He's 5'8", 210 junior. At right guard is Pepe Aguilar, a 5'8", 185-pound senior. And then right tackle is Tegan Lindsay, a 6'5", 260-pound junior. At the X receiver is Jake Westerfield, 6'2", 170-pound senior. At the slot is Jace Bauer, 5'10", 205. At halfback is Colin Phillips. He's a senior. At the slot is Gabe Zinski. He's a 5'6", 165-pound junior. At the wide receiver is Trace Poller, 5'7", 165-pound sophomore. And then leading the Callisburg Wildcats, not the Louis Jackrabbits, is a 6'1", 190-pound junior, Q Box, B-O-X.
Yeah, his first name is Q, just the letter Q.
It's not short for Quinn or?
I don't know. That's what's on the roster.
Yeah, okay.
Is Q Box.
B-O-X, and yeah, the letter Q.
At least it's not Xbox.
Right. So Q-Box is the junior quarterback for Callisburg. They're coached by head coach Corey Robertson, and that's your starting offense for Callisburg Wildcats.
Howe Bulldogs defense will feature Alex Mejia, the junior at defensive end, Charlie Vera, the defensive tackle, a senior, Charlie Tank Turner, senior. He has 48 tackles on the year. Bo Stevens will be the defensive end next to Turner. He has 46 tackles on the year. He's a senior. The linebackers tonight, Charles Furr, team leading 50 tackles. He's a sophomore. Braden Ulmer will figure in somewhere in the mix, whether it's linebacker or safety. He's a senior. And Chris Torres will be a linebacker, 25 tackles. He's a sophomore. Secondary tonight with an injured Garen Langford will feature Malachi Daly, a senior. Ryland Strong, the safety sophomore. Either Kendall O'Brien or Braden Ulmer at strong safety. O'Brien being a sophomore, Ulmer being a senior. And then at cornerback will be Ryken Cross, the sophomore. And that's your starting defense for the Howe Bulldogs. Let's go over our opponent overview. And that's brought to you by Michelle Carney Photography.
All right, Callisburg coming in with a 2-5 record overall, 0-3 in district. It seems like they're going to run a lot of stuff kind of similar to Howe. They're going to try to keep it on the ground, but they're not afraid to throw the ball. We'll see some heavy sets, kind of like the Wild Dog that Howe does. Defense, run a 4-3 defense, giving up a lot of points, but they seem to be stay in a lot of their games during the season. Again, I think this is a winnable game, but not one you want to take lightly. I remember a few years ago, Monty, is when we came here last, this is when Callisburg, is the first game of the season for both teams. Callisburg was ending their win streak, or their losing streak, against Howe that year in 2020, I believe.
Seems to always be that way, does it not?
Yeah.
Let's go over the Howe Bulldogs overview brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Howe Bulldogs are going to probably want to rely on Braden Ulmer a lot tonight. I don't know how much they'll be able to, coming off of that knee injury 3 weeks ago. Some thought, even us, that was a season-ending looking injury, but Ulmer not having any of that. Matter of fact, he wanted to play against Bells and against Gunner, but they told him no. But I think they're going to go back to maybe you'll be featuring the Wild Dog maybe a little bit more than obviously in the past 2 weeks. But I think this is a close matchup. I think the Dogs have a similar I think their run defense matches up well against what Callisburg wants to do. I think Howe's offense matches up with what the weaknesses are for Callisburg. So I think we could have a really good football game in our future here in just a few moments. Let's check down on the sideline for the first time tonight with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Malin Walker. I think he's down there somewhere. I've been trying to look for him. Malin, I thought he was down there, although I don't see him anywhere.
I was looking for him too. I don't see. He's in all black.
Yeah. Well, I heard something.
Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take it away.
I'm right by the Bulldog. And
oh, okay. Well, you're way down there.
Yeah, I'm way down here. There's two things I wanted to say about this field. One is that I'm glad Caroline's not here because the crown is so.
You might have to walk this way because we're starting to lose you a little bit.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. The crown is just so ginormous that I don't know if Caroline could even see the other half of the field.
He's saying that because Caroline's like 5 foot tall.
I'm not much more than that, but
We're losing you again. You might want to come to the 50, and we'll connect with you here in just a moment. So, Justin,
that is a big crown in the middle of the field.
It is a huge crown. I played here 33 years ago tonight, and it was a muddy mess, and there was not much of a crown at all during 1991 season. It was disastrous out there, and then it started raining in the back half of the game to make matters worse. It ended up being a very nice 50-0 Bulldog win that night. But the mud there wasn't. How we played that night with black pants and brown jerseys. It was a muddy mess.
And it's still natural grass now. You know, a lot of stadiums, including Howe, has gone to turf.
I think this is the first game of the season on natural grass. Malin, let's try to connect back with you.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't have to out every single time.
Okay.
So the second thing I wanted to say about this field is that this field was robots. A little 1950s robot out here, and it painted the sideline for it.
So I think he is cutting in and out. I think he said robot. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
We had to move over closer to the 50, maybe.
You may have to get closer to the 50, close as you can to us. And Malin's on the other side of the field.
Help though.
Well, we'll try to move some antennas and everything else. See what we can do.
It's going to be like rabbit ears where you have to stand up.
Yeah.
Get Jake's got to stand up in an awkward angle and just kind of.
We heard a bunch of Gen X and all those kinds of music earlier in the pregame show, so maybe we can move some rabbit ears. Go ahead, Malin, see if that's any better.
Close as I can legally be.
Yeah, that made it worse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think what Malin was going to say is that they got a robot over here.
Okay.
And the robot marked the field.
Really?
Via GPS.
Okay.
So the stripes that you see, and obviously if you're listening you can't see, but if it looks perfect, that's because a robot did it. Nobody went out there and, you've seen those Chiefs or the Snickers commercial where they put chefs in the end zone. Yeah. None of that with the robot, right?
Yeah. So
unless you enter it wrong.
These are not man-made lines, and these are robots.
These are robot-made lines.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2024, where even your high school football field is marked with a robot.
The future of AI.
So, I tell you what, let's take a quick time out. We've given you your Bulldogs overview by Ed Meacham State Farm and your opponent overview by Michelle Carney Photography. Your starting lineup was brought to you by Hit Roof and Exterior. Your Flux Capacitor Coach's Corner and Senior Spotlight was brought to you by the Crazy AC Guy, and you're still in the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. We're going to take a quick time out, and we'll be right back right after this.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
Welcome back to the Berg.
Please bow your heads.
We're ready for
Dear
the prayer.
Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the blessings you have given us and many more to come. Lord, I ask you to watch over these athletes as they play the game they love, and I pray that you watch over all the coaches, officials, and fans as they leave here tonight. We thank you for your love and your grace that you give us every day. We thank you for your Son who died on the cross to pay the price of our worldly sin. It's in your Son's name who taught us to pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I think generally it's the national anthem after that, but the teams are not on the field yet. So, Justin, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming football game. What are you expecting to see? What kind of score are you expecting to see? What you got?
I expect kind of a defensive battle. I kind of think it's similar to Leonard. You know, Leonard was a 28-21 loss, you know, and that was when I believe, was that the game that Ulmer went out?
It was.
Yeah, and so I kind of see a similar. Again, I think you talked about how they both match up with, you know, the offense and against Callisburg's weaknesses and vice versa. I think these teams match up really well, and I expect to see a pretty competitive game. I just wonder, you know, without Garen Langford, without Garrett Rogers. I mean, luckily you have Ulmer back. You know, how much you're going to miss those guys, but it's a chance for guys like Bryce Piper to step up again. James Cowart's in the lineup. He ran pretty good in mop-up duty last week against Gunner. And so, you know, chance for these other guys to step up. Kendall O'Brien as well, you know, at receiver. He had a great game against Bells a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I believe as we go and checking this. There we go. Kinda. Well, now this mic's cutting out. Come on now.
There we go, Jordan.
Well, almost had it. There we go, I think. There we go. So, yeah, I agree with you, Justin. And it was the Leonard game. And just think back to that. Had Braden Ulmer not been injured in that game, there is a great likelihood that Howe would have won that football game. Or at least, they would have tied it at the end, and then you just throw the dice out there and see what happens. But it's so unfortunate because if he's able to be on that field now, if you win tonight, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that one loss has made it merely impossible to reach the playoffs, but not impossible. You just need a little help. Here come the Howe Bulldogs out of their tunnel. They're going to be in white tonight, black pants. Now, Andrew Harvey said the team wanted to wear white pants, but since it's grass, that they
didn't want the grass stains.
They didn't want the grass stains on them, so black pants it is tonight. So a very similar look, and here come the Callisburg Wildcats coming through the Wildcat tunnel. You know, Justin, they kind of look like the Bowie Jackrabbits.
I was out. Yeah, they were.
We say that only because if you missed it earlier, I used the same chart, and I forgot to change Bowie Jackrabbits to the Callisburg Wildcats because they're virtually the same colors. And now they have the school fight song like every school does in the movies, right?
Yeah.
Every high school football team in the movies has that fight song.
Yeah, they do.
We ask you to please rise.
I think we're ready for our national anthem. It'll be played by the Wildcat Band.
Our national anthem.
with that, Justin White, it is football time in Texas.
A beautiful night, too, for football. I was worried about being up on the roof. You know, there was no rain in the forecast, but we've been able to somehow, when we're outside, avoid.
I don't know how we've done it.
I don't either. I've been waiting for like you talking about the monsoon?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
And if you're going to have a monsoon, it usually takes place at this field for whatever reason.
Y'all got to be careful.
Luckily, we've been able to avoid it.
You're going to jinx this.
Well, there's no rain in the forecast.
No. And next week we're back at home, so.
Well, next week we're off.
I'm sorry, off. And the next game is home, yes. Yeah, I don't want to show up. No, I won't show up next week at Howe.
Let's check down with Malin Walker in the coin toss.
Number 64, Adriel Cole. Number 5, Chris Walker.
Here are the visitors tonight.
Number 40, Russell Arrington.
Coaches earlier.
44, Braddock McKnight.
Well, we're going to get some of it. Not hardly any of it.
You guys.
Wow. Well, let's see who won the toss. Looks like Howe won the toss and they've elected to defer.
The Bulldogs have won the toss and then deferred to
we
the
may be without
half.
a sideline guy tonight.
The Wildcats
it
will
appears. If
receive
that thing's
from
not going to
the
work at
north end.
midfield,
and we're not that far away from it.
It works beautifully in the pregame. And as soon as maybe it's coaches' headsets or something, I don't know. But every game, as soon as the coaches put their headsets on, that thing goes dead. Every game.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah. And that's a brand new.
It's a brand new
set.
unit,
Yeah.
and it's 700 feet range.
Wow.
There's no possible reason, unless there's interference, that thing should be cutting in and out. But neither should my headset be going mono, and it does that all the time too. I think we're going to have an equipment purchase before next season.
Backbeat for the Wildcats is number 33.
So
Gabe Zinski.
Jonathan Garcia will be booting away our Tech Wave kickoff momentarily. It appears that back deep for Callisburg will be Michael Hammer and Gabe Zinski. And we're outdoors, and we've got bugs crawling on us.
Uh-oh.
Nice. We had some kind of bees swarming us earlier, so glad you got here when the sun went down.
No kidding.
Our Tech Wave kickoff is an onside kick. It's going to go 10 yards, and Riken Cross has it. Howe has the football to start this football game. The officials have not ruled anything yet. Someone, I believe, did touch it at about the 9-yard mark, but I thought it was Callisburg who did touch it. I don't think it was Howe.
There was a Howe player getting close to it.
The officials are still having a little bit of a conversation.
It certainly went 10 yards.
It did go 10, and Riken Cross got it. It went 11 yards.
Could be our
11 or 12.
Our second controversial onside kick in a few weeks. We had the one back at Leonard a few weeks ago.
They're saying someone touched it at the 9, but I'm not sure who they're saying did touch it. I think you're going to review the film and see that a Callisburg player touched it. And no indication yet.
It's called offsides against Howe.
On the field was
offsides against Howe.
Bulldogs on the kickoff team.
So Callisburg will start with the football first. My goodness.
And right about the 50.
They can't catch a break, even to start the football game.
Trying to catch him off guard,
They did catch him off guard.
I mean, he did, yeah. Just couldn't execute correctly.
So the ball's going to be at the 49-yard line of Howe to start this drive for Callisburg. And it'll be Q Box who will be in shotgun formation with Colin Phillips right behind him. Now, this is a deep pistol look. That's 2 full yards. Behind Box is Phillips. Snap is back. Toss to Phillips coming near side. Has the 45. Flipped end over end. The ball came loose but recovered by Callisburg's Jace Bauer. up to the 43-yard line. So a nice, good gainer there of about 6 yards.
Colin Phillips in the pistol was 8 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. And gets that ball down, going downhill on the right side. And got popped pretty good. Ball came out. Callisburg able to fall on it, though.
These two offenses, Howe and Callisburg, are very similar. Same formation here on second down. Handoff to Phillips. And he will barrel over the first down marker to the 38-yard line. They'll move the sticks on play number 2.
First down.
Colin Phillips, 2 carries. First 2 carries of the game. Gets the first down there. Kind of runs north and south. Doesn't do a lot of jiggle to him. Just goes straight ahead and barrels over for the first down.
A big back is Colin Phillips. He'll stand to the left side of box this time, get the 3rd carry, tries to find that outside edge, lowers his head, runs over 3 Howe Bulldogs on his way to a 6-yard gain up to the 31-yard line.
Phillips running off tackle, and he's an aggressive runner. You're gonna have to be can't be afraid to stick your nose in there and wrap him up. You're not gonna be able to arm tackle him.
Charles Fear and number 4 Brandon Ulmer.
Bring up 2nd down and 3.
Bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats on the 31-yard line.
Mark it at the 31, so that's a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and 3 coming up, 10:15 on the clock. Box turns, tosses, Phillips left side. Has another first down to the 25 and pushed backwards once he reached that 25-yard line. Actually, the 24. So Phillips clocking in at about 7 yards a pop so far.
He's kind of their Braden Ulmer. They kind of feed him the ball, and he's the only one who got it. He's been the workhorse of this drive so far. As you said, getting several yards to carry.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Callisburg we were at a few years ago where they had a big storm and where the scoreboard was on the ground?
Mm-hmm. It was.
Well, they've elevated it now, thanks to Glenn Polk Auto probably. That's the sign on it. Box again, Phillips. Handoff left side. Looking for the first down pylon. Has that and more. Finally drug out of bounds near the 10-yard line. At the 11, I think, but it's another first down. And this time a 14-yard run for Phillips.
At the left side, Malachi Daly tried to make the tackle, and Phillips took him for a ride for about 5 to 7 yards. Again, you have to wrap up and just hang on and kind of swarm tackle that guy.
Phillips checks out of the game. He must be exhausted. Barnett, fumble on the play. Howe may have this football at about the 6-yard line. And Barnett, someone other than Phillips, got a handoff, and Barnett coughs it up right into the lap of the Howe Bulldogs.
It was a high snap to begin with, and Box very quickly as he leaped up to grab it, tried to hand it off to Barnett, and it was just not a smooth handoff and got kicked into the pile right where Bulldog defensive linemen and linebackers were.
I could be mistaken, but I want to say that was Chris Torres who came up with the fumble. 1st and 10 for Howe from their own 6-yard line. 8:50 on the clock. Handoff to the right side. Not much doing there, maybe a yard. And I think that's Braden Ulmer on carry number 1.
Yeah, he got the direct snap. It wasn't necessarily a wild dog, but just kind of a heavy set.
Brought down by Jace Bauer,
running extra blockers and an H-back, and just got the direct snap and just trying to give them a little bit of breathing room here as they start from their own, 6-yard line, we say, 7-yard line.
And now to the 7. They did start at the 6. This is the Wild Dog. Ulmer again, running left side. This time he's got the 10.
In the carry.
Not quite picking up the yards that Phillips was a moment ago, but did get 4 there, setting up a 3rd down and 5.
5 yards.
Ulmer, somewhat of a family homecoming tonight. Father Terry wore the number 40 for the Callisburg Wildcats. Looked very similar in uniform to Braden Ulmer, BU. I don't know if they called him TU or not. Same formation, Wild Dog. This is Ulmer, kind of hesitant along the right side, not going to be anywhere close to the first down, much less the line of scrimmage. This will be a yard or 2 loss. It'll be 4th down and punt time for Jonathan Garcia, who will probably stand somewhere around the end zone to punt this one away.
3 straight carries for Ulmer. And a lot of times you know it's coming, but can't seem to stop it. That time, Callisburg knew it was coming and able to get penetration. Grayson Coates, the strong safety, coming downhill to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Garcia 3 yards deep in the end zone, low snap, and this one is nearly blocked, but it's a low end-over-end kick, and it's going to be a good one after the roll. Still rolling out to the 45-yard line.
Kick by number 32, Jonathan Garcia.
Garcia was
Gets it off.
under duress as he had to get away very quickly, and luckily he got back to the 45-yard line for a decent kick. Still good field position for Callisburg.
36-yard punt for Garcia. And we'll see who comes out on offense for the Wildcats, and I believe it's going to be Phillips. They took him out one play too early, perhaps. As the only play he was not on the field in that first offensive series, they fumbled. And so Box and Phillips having a discussion also in the backfield. On the other side, I believe, is Bowers. And this will be Phillips met in the backfield this time. Slung backwards. Alex Mejia right there along with others.
First to lead the charge for the
That'll be a loss.
Number 20.
Back near the 50 at the 49.
Mayhe.
Everybody was almost standing up there.
Loss of
Coming to the line, Mejia wrestled down. Was that Phillips back there in the backfield?
It was Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips finally able to go back behind the line of scrimmage. Lost a 4 on that one.
So in the backfield is Bauer and Phillips straddling Q Box. Snap back to Bops, hand off to Bauer, gets forward back to the line of scrimmage and more up to the 42-yard line.
Number 8,
gain of
James
7.
Bauer on the carry up the middle for the Wildcats for a good gain.
Straight ahead running game here. They haven't passed the ball at all tonight so far in their first 2 drives, Callisburg, but because they're getting a lot of positive yards, majority positive yards on the ground. But because you lost yards back on that first down play, you're looking at third and 8. 3rd and 7.
Under the 6-minute mark in the first quarter. 3rd and 7 for Callisburg, moving left to right from our vantage point. Box wants it. Hand off to Phillips, met in the backfield. Escapes that tackle. Escapes another tackle. Still fighting through. What a great run, and finally drugged down from behind by Malachi Daly. Also there was Charlie Vera, who never gave up. But that time, Phillips drug everybody with him.
Alex Mejia had him hacked behind the line of scrimmage, just could not wrap him up. And Phillips stayed on his feet, and he runs a lot like, as we talked about, a lot Ulmer, just with authority and aggression and anger, and just keeps pumping those legs.
25-yard run by Phillips.
And convert a 3rd down on that one.
Split out wide to the left is Westerfield. 2 men in the backfield. And this time Box is going to keep it around the right edge, pulls it out of the gut, and he's met hard at the 15-yard line by Braden Ulmer. Box meet BU. Minimal gain there of a yard or 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Had Ulmer coming downhill from the secondary. Bo Stevens had him in his sights as well. He was not fooled by the read option.
On the 14-yard line.
And minimal gain for Box and the Wildcats.
They're going to give him a gracious spot to the 14, so give him 3 yards. And there's 4:29 on the clock. Timeout. Timeout has been called by Callisburg. We're going to take our first timeout of the football game. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is 3-year starting kicker Jonathan Garcia. When I kick the ball, I don't need no stinking tea, but I will take a sweet tea at Sonic before, during, and after the game. When I kick on over to Sonic, they have great food and big smiles.
Johnny, get your leg warmed up.
I stay warmed up with Sonic's onion rings and tater tots, not to mention the great drink specials.
Hey, Johnny, we need you to drill this one. Let's go. Bring your tea.
Nah, Coach, I just finished it. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Johnny Garcia bangs it through.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
Flag down as Box runs around the left side. He's going to be trapped after about a yard gain. But let's check the flag.
That's holding on the left tackle, Michael Wright. I believe that's Bahia trying to get around the corner and just
leading the charge along with.
But Wright would not let him go
Number 21
on the outside, and
I
think everybody saw it from up here and on the Howe sidelines. They call the flag. Throw the flag.
Going to move that back to the 24-yard line. Let's check with our Night Furniture sideline reporter. Let's try to reconnect. Malin Walker, you got a good view of everything going on. Talk about it.
Yeah, I have a fantastic view. This game is going along well. You know, noticeably, you can see the sideline. It's not the Howe Bulldogs. There's not as many of them as there usually are. So we'll see if that plays any factor in tonight's game.
You know, I was noticing that. I thought during the national anthem.
Against the Wildcats.
We'll get back to that after this play as Box stands about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, and he'll hand off to Phillips. No, he's going to keep it. Throwing the ball for the first time tonight. Can't find anywhere to go, so he's going to tuck it and run left side. Lots of space over there. Makes a cut. Down around the 5, squirts in at the 3-yard line. Touchdown Callisburg. They punch it on the board with exactly 4 minutes on the clock. And they strike first blood tonight at their home location. 6-0, awaiting this PAT.
Good coverage downfield on the backside. He was looking to the right side. There was nobody open. Everybody was covered, but the left side was completely open, and he dodged a couple of tackles. Some pretty poor tackling, I would say, by the Bulldogs.
Walker on for the PAT, and that one is good. 7-0. Maybe we are related. 7-0. Callisburg in the lead with 3:58 left to go in the first. We'll be right back.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap for Callisburg goes 5 plays, 45 yards. Ended with a 24-yard touchdown by Q Box. Took 2 minutes and 59 seconds off the clock, and the Wildcats of Callisburg lead 7-0. 3:58 on the clock. Tech Wave kickoff is a deep one going way back towards the end zone, hits at the goal line and rolls out of the end zone. Closest one there was Reichen Cross, but he had to run about 15 yards backwards to even take a look at it, Justin.
That was a great kick all the way back to the end zone. It was angling almost out of bounds, but stayed in bounds and get a touchback. Bulldogs started their own 25.
They'll start with 3:39 on the clock.
First and 10 on their own 20.
And Bulldogs have had one series so far, ran all Wild Dog, and nothing came out of that. And now Ryland Strong will make his first appearance at quarterback.
Callisburg definitely win the time of possession here in the first quarter.
No question. Braden Ulmer behind Strong. 2 receivers to the right. Hand off to Ulmer. Stutter steps at the line of scrimmage, knocked backwards. Gang tackled there by about 3 maroon jerseys as Callisburg comes out in maroon pants and maroon tops and maroon helmets. Howe in black pants and white jerseys and black helmets. 3:09 on the clock.
Callisburg doing a good job shedding blocks, kind of staying in their lanes, and it's almost as if they're not going to let Braden Ulmer beat them. Ryland Strong is going to have to throw the ball.
2 receivers near side, and now Ulmer goes out of the backfield to a slot receiver on the right. Now Reichen Cross goes in motion, faking it to him. Strong's going to keep it. He's got a little running room out to the right side, first down and more. Finally hit and hit out of bounds by, let's see, that was Grayson Cates who made the tackle, but not after a big run, all the way to the 42-yard line.
Good read by Strong on the read option. Felt they had the linebackers blitzing in as well, had everybody crashing down, and then kept it himself, went around the right side and used some of that speed. He seems to get faster and faster each week.
16 yards on the carry for Ryland Strong. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the right. Strong drops back 3 steps under pressure, now floats to the left. Wide open is Cross, and he slipped and could not make the catch. Had his feet not come out from under him, that would have been a big gainer. He was all alone.
Usually you don't condone throwing across your body, but Cross was wide open.
He had no one within a country mile.
Strong rolled to his left, had Cross over on the right side, far down the field at the 40-yard line, just underthrew him. I think he was surprised how open he was. And then when Cross was trying to come back forward, he slipped on the natural grass.
And if they're on turf,
yeah, exactly,
that does not happen.
Nope.
2nd down and 10, and this is reverse to Cross. Coming near side, slips again. You're going to have to get some different cleats.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something with those tires.
Right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. Howe, if they're not able to move the sticks here, has wasted 2 golden opportunities, as that play looked like it could turn into something had he not slipped.
He had some potential to at least get some positive yardage out of it, make this 3rd down manageable. Still manageable, 3rd and 10, but could have made it more.
3 receivers right side, 1 man on the backfield behind Strong, and that, I believe, is Piper. Strong running for his life around the right end. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run. Has close to a 1st down, but a little bit shy at midfield. Needed to get to the 48, got to the 50, and so it's 4th down, and everything's on the line, Justin.
They're going to spot it at their own 49. He needs to get to the Callisburg 48, and I think we're going to see High Roller Harvey come back here, roll the dice. And I don't blame him. 3rd and 3.
Why not?
You've got Braden Ulmer. You've got a scrambling type of quarterback and Strong. You've got Cross, and you got the Wild Dog.
And it's a must-win game, and they're going to go with the Wild Dog. Lots of movement pre-snap. People trying to find out where to go. Here's Ulmer. Takes the carry. Not going to get it. Matter of fact, got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Turnover on downs for Howe on the Wild Dog.
There's too many people, too many maroon jerseys at the line. You couldn't block everybody, or at least you didn't get a hat on everybody. And the ends come crashing in and take Ulmer down before he even gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm getting stung by little bees up here.
I feel gnats or something.
There it is. I just killed it. Wow. Ouch.
I like the aggressiveness. As you said, I mean, you got to win this game. You got to play aggressively. You're at the 50-yard line. It's 4th and 3. It was a manageable 4th down, just couldn't convert.
And now you've got Box with Phillips again in the backfield. High snap, handoff to Phillips, met by Bo Stevens at the line of scrimmage. He was the first man there who kind of popped him until everybody else showed up, which included Tank Turner and Braden Ulmer. Also Chris Torres there. It'll be 2nd down and 10, no gain, still at the 50-yard line.
Coach Harvey referred to Phillips kind of like number 33 from Bells. Is that Harrington? Or
Thompson.
Thompson. The way he runs, it kind of barrels over you. And he's done that tonight.
1:05 on the clock, 2nd down and 10. Handoff Phillips again. Stood up by Tank Turner. But Phillips is going to get 2 yards to the 48, maybe the 47-yard line.
Brought down by number 62.
We're going 3rd and 8, so we may see Box trying to throw it again.
For a gain of about 3 yards.
You almost wonder if you try to keep a spy on him just in case he decides to run it.
We should have told the PA announcer that Eli Stoner is not playing tonight. He's got a separated shoulder, but apparently he just made the tackle.
His 2nd of the night as well, according to the PA announcer.
29 seconds left to go in the first. 7-0 Callisburg. Box is going to hand off to Phillips, coming right side. Escapes. He's got some running room. It's a foot race down the sidelines. He's going to win this one to the 10, to the 5 in the end zone. Callisburg strikes 1st and 2nd blood.
And there's a flag down.
Flag is laying around the line of scrimmage, maybe about 3 or 4 yards past the line of scrimmage.
around the
This
original
looks
line
like
of
it's going to
scrimmage.
negate that touchdown. Holding against the Wildcats.
The indication
Well, that's
is holding on the Wildcats.
lifesaver for the Bulldogs because
The center, Bowen McAdams, has both palms to the air. So generally, that's the guilty party.
It will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
run around the right side, around the right tackle. And we thought maybe that Q Box is going to be throwing the ball. They decided to go ahead and run it and see if.
For the Wildcats on their own
I imagine probably going to go for it on fourth down if they would have made it. If they didn't get the first down.
51-yard touchdown run.
But now it's going to be 3rd and 13. And you maybe you'll still see Box try to throw it again.
Spot foul takes it to the 47, back on their side of the field. Box drops back 5 steps, going to step up in the pocket, got a lot of room. Still got a lot of field. Finds the corner at the 30, down the sideline to the 20. Sidesteps a defender. Deacon Bender brings him down inside the 5 at the 4. Give Bender some credit as he hung with him. Box just sidestepped him at about the 10. Bender turned around and grabbed him by the waist, or that would have been another touchdown. They'll spot it at the 4.
Man, 3rd down conversion by Callisburg, and not only a first down, but a big run inside the 5-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
49-yard gain there by Box. That's the end of the first. 7-0 Callisburg. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC.
Welcome to the second quarter. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. We changed sides. Callisburg now moving right to left.
Knocking on heaven's door.
Towards the north end zone. Not sure what that's about.
I would imagine where they are. They're
near the goal line.
They're about to score.
Oh, knocking on heaven's door. I got you. Box in the backfield along with Tegan Barnett. And this is a toss inside, a little trap play. Barreling his way over and into the end zone is Jace Bauer. And now Callisburg has stricken first and second blood. 4-yard touchdown.
Phillips lined up at H-back. Got the snap, went in motion, and just kind of almost like a shovel pass. One of those forward passes that Howe does with Rocket Cross. Gets completion in for the touchdown.
The extra point by Walker is good, and it's 14-0 with 11:56 remaining in the second. We'll be right back.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
So hot up here. Roger must think he's preaching a Hellfire Sunday sermon.
I know. He won't ever turn the air on.
Monty, you recover that fumble.
The only name that comes to mind is Lucifer.
Charles Fur, got it.
Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255.
Fifth quarter tonight is going to be a hot one.
I bet.
11:56 on the clock. here in quarter number 2. Callisburg leads 14-0. We're getting ready for a Tech Wave kickoff. The hit roof and exterior, let's give you that in just a moment, as the kick is this time is a short one. Going to bounce in front of BU. Kendall O'Brien's going to pick it up at the 22-yard line and goes virtually nowhere up to the 29. So Hal's got a ways to go, 71 yards to be exact, depending on where they spot it. Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap for Callisburg. 4 plays, 50 yards, took a minute 44 off the clock, brings us our new score, 14-0. It was a 4-yard touchdown by Jace Bauer. And they spotted at the 30. So Howe has 70 to go. After this play, we'll check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter.
Bryce Piper in at running back now.
Hands it off to him over right guard. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Malin Walker, sum up this first quarter for us tonight.
Number 24 takes the hand.
Well, the thing that sticks out to me is poor tackling on the defense, poor open field tackling on the defense. In order for this game to win, you need better pursuit and better open field tackling.
Very good. 11:23 on the clock here in quarter number 2. One man split out wide, 2 actually on the left. Hand off to, I think that's Braden Ulmer. And he just has nowhere to run tonight. And you got to wonder also, with that knee, are you being a little bit protective and maybe not going 100%?
Maybe, but
part of it, but they are really keying on it.
It also feels like this offensive line, who has done a pretty good job this season in making holes and protecting strong and giving running lanes for Ulmer, is just getting, frankly, just getting whipped in the trenches.
James Cowart checks in at running back. 3 receivers left side. Strong rolls that way, still rolling, firing down the field. Cross makes the catch, hurdles over the bench, and he apparently pulled it down before he went out of bounds. What a beautiful catch by Cross.
Number 12, Rollins.
Good catch by Cross.
And a first down.
Throw by Strong, just throws a dart
Number 3, Cross.
as he's rolling to his right, where basically only Cross can catch it right in front of the Howe bench.
13 yards on the pass and catch. Cross, obviously his favorite target. It's his
42-yard line.
12th catch of the year. Now has 79 yards. 1st and 10, handoff to Braden Ulmer back into the game. This time he breaks free for a moment. And he'll get to the 47-yard line.
Middle again for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
I thought for a moment he was in clear space, but I think that was one of his blockers that was just sprinting right beside him.
Number 7, Colin Phillips.
There wasn't much of a hole, but he just had one just enough to fit his body through there and good enough for 5 yards. If Bulldog could just start to string together some positive plays, I feel like they get some momentum and kind of get some confidence. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves, it feels like.
2nd down and 5. Here's Cross on the reverse, trying to find the corner. Flag is down, and so is Cross behind the line of scrimmage. A great play on the edge by Walker to slow him down and push him behind the line of scrimmage. But let's check the flag.
Colin Phillips, good pursuit as well from
We do have a penalty
his
on the
linebacker
field,
spot. See what the penalty is. Cross trying to get around that corner on that pass.
It's going to be against Howe. But we'll see what it is. It's a hold against the Bulldogs.
Holding on the Bulldogs, but declined after the loss of the play.
So they'll spot it at around the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. So a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, so
back to the original line of scrimmage, at least on this particular chain.
Yeah, so Callisburg decided to decline it since Cross lost yards on that play. So now it'll be 3rd and 10, as you said, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Thornton will be split out wide to the left. Malachi Daly wide to the right. Your slots are Ulmer and Cross. Cowart in the backfield. Strong drops back 5 steps, avoids pressure for a moment, fires it down the field, no one there. And it'll fall incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 10. He did a good job of wherewithal just to throw the ball away. I think in week 1 or 2 that would have been a big sack.
He would have tried to either keep it or squeeze it into a window. But Callisburg on 3rd down, bringing the kitchen sink, just blitzing, and there wasn't enough blockers to block everyone. They had Strong moving out of the pocket very quickly and throwing the ball downfield. There may have been a receiver about 10 yards away. I thought maybe possibly intentional grounding, but the receiver was within distance.
Boy, the punters sure are far back these days. That's 13 yards. And the punt is a nice one. Going to bounce at the 30. Roll sideways towards the Howe bench and be killed at about the 27-yard line.
Jonathan Garcia's punt.
So the Callisburg Wildcats will start there with 8:50 on the clock
28-yard line of the Wildcats
from their own 27.
1st and 10 with 8:50 left.
Moving right to left are the Wildcats.
Callisburg has made a living on the ground so far. I think have they even attempted a pass tonight?
They have.
Of course, they end up running it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess they
attempted to try it.
They did to try to pass, yeah.
So Q box, the quarterback comes back on the field, taking their time. Beside him will not be Phillips, but it'll be Tegan Barnett, who fumbled earlier in the game.
Phillips still kind of shaken up from that cross tackle earlier.
Barnett, this time he holds on to the football and gains 3 or 4 yards. Past the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Colin Phillips, when he made that tackle on Riken Cross earlier, went to the sidelines, and he's still on the sidelines right now, kind of on one knee. Looks like he's spitting and throwing up.
Box in the gun. He's going to keep it himself. He avoids Mejia. Around the corner he goes, spinning out of tackles. 1st down run to the 40.
Mejia not fooled by the read option, went straight for Box, but couldn't wrap him up. Box does a good job of evading Mejia. And then in open field, he's just a hard guy to tackle, hard guy to bring down.
Boy, this is a very old-timey football game where the PA announcer is also the play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
He talks a lot. 7:54 on the clock. Ball at the 41. Callisburg moving right to left. Box quick pass out to the right side. That's caught. Making a move. Coming is Pollard. Now darts outside. He's got Bender in coverage, and Bender throws him out of bounds at the 22-yard line, or pushes him. But a big gainer there, but another flag is down. And this one's coming back. Every time Callisburg has a big play, it seems, it comes back via the penalty.
Probably the reason why it's been a big play, because they're holding or something.
Flag is down at around the 46-yard line of Callisburg. And if it's a holding, and appears to be, it's going to be spotted at the 36. Spot foul.
Malin made a good point about the tackling. It's just been really poor. And I don't know, Malin, if you notice, it just feels like Howe is moving a little slower tonight than Callisburg.
You would think that with everything on the line that they'd be able to pick it up.
Mike may not be working.
So 1st and 15 for Callisburg, right to left. Howe showing blitz. A handoff up the middle, and right there is that blitz. Ran into Tank Turner, Alex Mejia, and others.
That's 9. Tegan Barnett met.
So Barnett got the carry, and he went backwards. It was already 1st and 15. Make it
Charlie Turner.
1st or 2nd down and more than that. Back to the 33-yard line. So a 3-yard loss. 2nd down and 18.
We talk about the offense needing to string together some positive plays. I think this defense needs to string together some negative plays to give this defense some confidence. Right there, Mejia and Turner with the stop.
Q box rolls out near side, looking down the field, wants to throw, can't find anybody, throws it just as he was about to be hammered. But he makes a connection out to the receiver, Westerfield, who keeps fighting for the 1st down yardage as he drug Malachi Daly on his back. 1st down inside Howe territory to the 48-yard line.
Box held onto that thing as long as he could as he trying to find a man downfield and took a hit when he did. And able to complete the pass. A good adjustment by Westerfield to make the catch.
19 yards. 1st and 10. Box looks right, wants to throw. He's got his man caught once again. And that's Pollard. And I don't think the chains can keep up with how fast the Wildcat offense is moving. That's another 1st down at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, this is one of the first few times we've started seeing him go quickly now after big positive plays.
19 yards. Handoff up the middle. That's Barnett. Not much there, but he does seem to get
number 9, Tegan
a
Barnett,
few yards, close to the 25.
Picks up about
they will spot it at the 25, so a 4-yard gain. It looked like it was going to be about 2 yards. The Callisburg going quickly. 2nd down and 7. Box wants to throw. Screen pass out. Caught. Looking near side, escaping a tackle. Shoestring tackle. BU trying to hang on by the shoe. Brought down at the 20-yard line is Trip Hazel.
Brought down by
and it's going to be 3rd and short, Justin.
Yeah, this could be 4-down territory for sure, and this is trying to go quickly.
Oh, that's another 1st down.
Oh, gave him a good spot.
Wow. They gave him a great spot at the 19. Are you kidding me? 2 receivers right, 1 left. Barnett in the backfield. Howe defense is adjusting. Here's Barnett on the right side. Pops it out. Runs over a couple of defenders, hanging on for dear life right at the sticks are the Bulldogs, and that's Ryken Cross who grabbed him around the waist and took a ride. And it's 2nd down and 1 at the 10-yard line.
Barnett, after that hard run, he's going to come out. Colin Phillips finally back into the game. Gets feeling better. And then just in time as they're into the red zone now at the 10-yard line. Knocking on the door.
4:21 on the clock here in quarter number 2. Heaven's door. Or is it the gates of hell? Q Box in the gun. Man in motion is Pollard. They hand it to him. That's not Pollard, actually. Trying to be brought down by the shirt collar. Can't do it. Squirts free. Through 3, 4, 5 defenders. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Callisburg. And that's Trip Hazel again on the jet sweep. 10-yard touchdown for Hazel. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd touchdown of the night for the Callisburg Wildcats.
There is a flag down at about it's covered up right now, but it's right at about the 1-yard line.
The officials are talking, and you're right, Justin. They're
right, Jake. Actually,
I mean Jake. That's the second or 3rd time I've done that this year.
I'll take the credit though.
That's what happens when you turn 50.
And Justin, Jake.
Yeah, the J's.
Yeah, JJ. How about your favorite Jerry Jones?
Nope.
Are we talking about that tonight?
Hopefully not.
That's your favorite JJ.
Is
So-
it okay?
Go ahead.
Since you're paying us, is it okay to talk about him? Since
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's my favorite JJ these days.
No. I don't think he's been my favorite JJ since 1989.
It's been significantly worse last month or so.
They have not looked well. What are we doing here? The officials are still talking about it. House defense is still on the field. The scoreboard reads 20 as if they scored. We did have
I think I'm about to mark it off.
a signal. So now they're going to go talk to Coach Harvey. And whatever they told Coach Harvey, they're happy with that. I don't know if Malin Walker got a chance to see what
The
that might have
indication
been.
was a dead ball foul.
So
I didn't see what Coach Harvey was necessarily talking about, but
Still
he
waiting
backed
for
off pretty soon, so
clarification if
I'm
the
assuming he's pretty
touchdown was
happy.
good.
they are spotting it back to the 16-yard line. So
Personal foul, I guess.
And
is that after the touchdown?
I think it's after. I think they're going to count the touchdown, and this is going to be on the extra point.
Wow.
It's going to be a very long extra point.
It looks
from
like
the
it was a
16. They're going to run it. They're not going to try to kick this one.
Well.
So Box will be in the gun, and Phillips stands right behind him about 3 yards. Man goes in motion, and that's Hazel again. The option, it's a halfback pass going towards the end zone, caught at the 1, straight into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Poller threw it, and Bauer caught it at the 1.
I think that was actually the touchdown.
Yeah, I think they
They took it off. They took the points off. So
at the time they didn't take it off the scoreboard, but now they don't have to. They
Pollard for the touch. Bauer for
they
the
count that.
touchdown.
So
man, these highlights are going to be tough.
Boy, they are.
So basically, it was a penalty, moved them back,
and they never took the score off the scoreboard.
No, and then they went in and ran the play, scored on the next play, on a halfback pass.
And now Walker's PAT is good. What a mess that was. 3:36 on the clock, and it's 21-0 Callisburg. We'll be right back.
Got hail? Get Hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Kicking off for the Wildcats.
21-0 Callisburg with 3:36 remaining in the first half, as the touchdown was actually a 16-yard pass from Poller, as here's the kick that lands in the hands of Kendall O'Brien on the Tech Wave kickoff, and he'll be slammed down at the 27-yard line.
Kendall O'Brien returning the
Howe
kick.
will start there with 3:28.
Brought down on first contact.
The
Callisburg
Callisburg Wildcats went 9 plays, 63 yards. It took 5 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock, and they lead 21-0. 3:28 on the clock now. I said Collinsville because I was having a discussion with my wife earlier as I was leaving, and she said, "Where's the game?" I said, "Callisburg." She said, "Oh, that's over on past 289." I said, "No, that's Collinsville."
Oh. These towns with the C.
Those towns east with the C. Strong is going to roll left, reverse, hit hard as Ulmer can't get away. This is going to be a big loss. Back to the 19-yard line. It might have been a designed play, but not a well-designed play, or maybe it was just a well-defended play. Well, Ulmer has not had a good night so far on his return back to the football field.
Michael Christian.
7-yard loss for Ulmer.
It just seems like Ulmer hasn't had anywhere to go.
He really hasn't, and that time, number 40 is Russell Arrington. They said Michael Christian on the PA. He met him in the backfield.
Second down and 19. Strong tries to sling it out to Ulmer, falls down at his feet. Now we've got a late flag. We may have some extracurricular going on.
We got flags coming from all angles.
Jacob Griffo gets up very slow at the tackle position. And we had 2 flags thrown. It looked like we might have even had some closed fists
on the field right now.
on that play.
I saw, I think every official threw a flag.
They came from all different angles.
Malin, you're down there closer than we are. Can you tell us what you saw?
Well, unfortunately, I was behind the big old offensive lineman, so I didn't get the greatest view.
So it's we're gonna check the flag here. Obviously, it's a personal foul. Will Ingram now has his hands to the sky. They're moving this one backwards.
I'm surprised this isn't offsetting because it seemed to me that both players were aggressive.
Both were playing after the whistle for sure.
Right now the ball's spotted at the 10, which would only be a 10-yard penalty.
And you got to get to the 39 for a first down.
Strong rolls out right. Looking down the field, looking for Cross, who goes up with it, comes down with it at the 27-yard line. That's a big catch, but it's still a long way from a first down.
I think there's going to be a holding, and maybe on Griffo. Jacob Griffo, the right tackle, as Strong was trying to roll to his right to find someone downfield. Griffo trying to stay on his block and just held on just a little longer than he should have and got called for it.
It was already 3rd down and 30. It's a hold against Howe. Declined by Callisburg.
So it'll be 4th down now, still at your own 10.
Set up a 4th and long for the Bulldogs on around their own
4th and 30 for Howe.
7-yard line.
You want to go for it? Is it Madden?
No high roller hard.
I mean, you don't have kind of like Xbox, not Qbox, but Xbox.
Yeah.
Actually, they're going to give him the catch, the cross catch. So
they decline the.
Yeah, so ball's at the 27. So it's only 4th and 12. And Garcia will stand at his 13-yard line to punt this one away. Good snap. And a kick is end over end. It might hit, I thought, Kendall O'Brien in the back, but it rolls dead at the 48-yard line of Callisburg. Picked up by Bryce Piper. What are the effects, Justin, of playing Bells and Gunner back-to-back and having all of the oxygen lifted from your lungs?
I wonder about that too, because those are 2 tough games, 2 tough opponents.
Maybe we can talk to Malin about that. He was in that district where he had to play against Mineola, Mount Vernon, Winsboro, and every week was like that. Malin, talk about what that does.
I would say there's definitely a physical factor in that, just getting beat up and bullied week in and week out. But also, more importantly, there's a moral factor in that. When there's a winnable game, you have to show up and show out.
Here's a pass and catch down the sideline to Pollard. Not enough for a first down, but into Howe territory at the 45-yard line.
Good for about 8
Callisburg, with 2:07 left in the first half, they're going to try to play to score.
Daily for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs will get the ball in the second half.
2nd and 2 from the Bulldog 44-yard line.
Yeah, Malin, I mean, you got to think these last 2 games, they've been physically overmatched. They've been injured. They've been bruised. They definitely need a bye week.
Man in motion is Bauer. They give it to him. He's got lots of room on the right side. Cuts it up to the middle of the field. First down and more to the 26-yard line.
Number 8, Jace Bauer on the reverse to the right side.
And they're running those,
brought down by
what we used to kind of call cross bucks and things like that, but it's much wider space across the line of scrimmage. And they have so much room to run tonight.
Well, they seem faster, and they just, again, talk about how it just seems to be going a little slower and just a little bit more, almost more lethargic.
I mean, Howe looks like they just got through playing Gunner and Bells.
Mm-hmm.
First down and 10, right to left. Box drops back 3 steps, looks left, flushed up, and he's going to be sacked. Back to the 30-yard line, and that's Tank Turner. And he gets up and fist pumps with his fist down around his belt. Loss of 4.
Box stayed in the pocket looking downfield. The box just collapsed. The pocket just collapsed on Box. And Turner able to bring him down by the line of scrimmage. Turner with his 2nd tackle for a loss of the night.
2nd down and 13. We're under a minute left to go before the half. Howe's going to get the football first to start the second half. 2 receivers either side. Box drops back 3 steps, looks right, files in the middle of the field. It's picked off at the 15-yard line. Coming up with it is Deacon Bender. Welcome to varsity, young man.
Eventually picked off by Bender.
42 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Box trying to force that over the middle to Trace Poller. and just overshot him. I think he had to get rid of that a little quicker than he wanted to, and overshot him. And right there was Bender playing a strong safety, able to come down with the interception. Bulldogs able to keep the Wildcats off the board, hopefully here at the end of the first half.
Bender, a freshman, and no, he's a sophomore. I apologize. Bender's a sophomore. It says sophomore on the roster anyway. I think Callisburg jumped across the line of scrimmage. This could be a free play. Strong's going to run it. He's got the 15, got the 20, hit hard out of bounds. Flag is down. Strong never left his feet. I'm not sure if the flag is on for a late hit or not.
I think it may be a holding.
Strong for the Bulldogs. Scrambling around the right side.
Strong had to run because he.
It's going to be against Callisburg.
Yeah, it's going to be the. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's going to be the offside.
Bender is a freshman, by the way. It says sophomore on the roster.
Yeah, that's what I wondered.
Don't take a year away from him.
And I've been watching him on defense specifically because I noticed him doing. He's done a great job all game.
So that's something we can talk to Malin about too. Maybe at the end of the half about being a freshman on varsity and what that is like. 35 seconds. Ball at the 22. And down the sidelines, this is Riken Cross. It's a foot speed, 40, 30, look out. 20, 15, you're not going to catch him. It is touchdown time in Texas as the clock hits 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A quick strike to Riken Cross, and Howe's in the end zone.
Well, just what you needed, just at the right time. Kind of when you think you're going to just run this clock out, you give a quick pass over to Cross, he gets a block on the outside, and then it's just a foot race. And nobody on the field is going to catch him. And Cross with his 4th receiving touchdown of the season.
Boy, he's got speed.
He does.
So Garcia will be on to kick here. Cross is going to have to catch his breath because he's the holder. It's on the ground, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-7, our new score with 22 seconds remaining before the half. We'll be right back right after this.
Anchors with a Z Boat and RV Storage is located 1 mile off of U.S. Highway 75 in Howe, Texas. Anchors Boat and RV Storage is proud to bring personal, small-town customer service to the growing area of North Texas. With both open and covered parking available, locally owned and operated, members of the Howe Area Chamber of Commerce and the Texas Self-Storage Association. Anchors Boat and RV Storage has 20 amp power available and is manager occupied at 311 Old Highway 6 in Howe. Visit anchorsboatrvstorage.com or call 903-444-2500.
Hi everyone, my name is Presley Harrell, class of 2025 cheerleader and cross-country runner.
This is Talon Haley, senior basketball player and Howe High School record-setting golfer.
Hi, this is Camry Snap, and I'm a graduating volleyball and softball player.
This is Braden Wilmer, class of 2025. I play football, baseball, and I run track.
We would like to thank the Howe Athletic Booster Club for their support and encourage anyone wanting to be a part of supporting Howe's athletes to reach out for more information.
Go Dogs!
Welcome back. 21-7, our new score, 22 seconds remaining. Getting ready for our Tech Wave kickoff. The onside kick here. Garcia's going to bang it deep, or semi-deep. Taken at the 14-yard line, coming up the middle of the field. Now escapes, comes near side. Finally brought down by Chris Torres. Ends up in the hands of Malachi Daly, but they blew it dead. Daly was ready to run to the house. So there's 13 seconds remaining.
Chris Torres for the Bulldogs.
And Callisburg will have the ball at the 37-yard line, at their own 37. So it was a one-play drive for your hit, roof, and exterior scoring drive recap. And it was a 78-yard pass from Strong to Cross. It was actually about a 4-yard pass, but it was a 78-yard run by Cross. There were 20 seconds taken off the clock on that play. I would like to see what Cross actually runs in a 78-yard sprint. It's far sub than 20 seconds.
That's on grass, and he's only a sophomore.
13 seconds. Here's Box. Our new score is 21-7, by the way. A handoff to Phillips. Big hole on the left side. Escapes one defender. Finally brought down by a host of Bulldogs. Charles Furr was the first one there down the line of scrimmage, or down the field after about 9 yards. It's going to be about maybe a 9-yard gain, close to the sticks. 3 seconds on the clock.
Timeout by the Wildcats.
Callisburg has called a timeout. They're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line, shy of midfield by 2 yards. So let's talk to Malin Walker. What's it like being a freshman like Deacon Bender entering a locker room as a 14-year-old with these hairy grown men?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. You just had chest hair like 2 weeks ago, and you walk in and these people have beards. It's definitely a different environment, and you have to adapt really fast in order to survive.
Thank you, Malin. It's your Night Furniture sideline reporter. Just barely had chest hair.
Yeah, a lot of hair.
2 weeks prior. Oh, goodness.
All right, watch out for some kind of trick play. I don't know if they would necessarily go Hail Mary.
The sticks are on the wrong side, but I guess there's only 3 seconds. It doesn't matter. But they're going to go ahead and set the sticks. They're going to have to hurry. Box drops back 3 steps up in the pocket. Avoids pressure. Tank Turner on his back. He outruns him down the sidelines. The ball comes out into the arms of Howe. They recover, but there's no time on the clock. Malachi Daly wanted the football earlier. He comes up with it there, and that runs out the first half clock. 21-7, Callisburg in the lead. But Howe's going to get the football first to start the second half. This could be a different football game very early on in the second half, Justin.
Man, at the beginning of the game, it looked like it was going to be a runaway by Callisburg, but Howe able to get a couple of breaks and able to get that touchdown. You couldn't have rid it at the end of the first half. You couldn't have rid it any better because, as you said, you get the ball to start the second half. You got a chance to come within 7 here early in the second half, but you got to take care of business.
We have a good halftime show coming up for you in the Baker halftime show, which we are in right now. Bandsman of the Week and the Lady Bulldogs Volleyball Spotlight. We have a freshman. Speaking of freshmen, we have a freshman Lady Bulldog Spotlight for you. So we are in the Baker halftime show, and we'll see you on the backside.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. 9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Chloe Self, freshman trumpet player. Did you start school here at Howe at kindergarten?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember who your teacher was?
I believe it was Miss McDowell.
Any memories about kindergarten?
Just the area and getting to know people was very nice.
When did you start the band?
Right from the get-go, I think about middle school, 6th grade.
What made you interested in the band?
I'm not sure. I just got this weird feeling to do it, and it was very nice.
What about the trumpet? When did you start thinking that was your deal?
So it's kind of forced to do it in the beginning because I didn't think I was going to fully stick with band, but then I found out I really liked it, and yeah, I'm very glad I play it.
Siblings, do you have any?
Yes, sir. I have a little brother.
What's his name?
Luke Self.
Okay, what grade is he in?
3rd.
I had to think about it a little bit.
It's 3rd.
Who's your favorite teacher?
I don't have one, but mostly the directors.
And what about your hardest class?
Geometry.
What is it about geometry?
It's probably the class I get the worst grades in.
All right, we're going to take a quick break for 30 seconds, and we'll be right back.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
We're talking with Chloe Self, our freshman trumpet player, Bandsman of the Week. Tell us about Miss Liss and what kind of leader she is.
Miss Liss is a strong leader. She will yell, but she means it with love.
Talk about this next performance and how special was the last performance for you and what kind of experience was that?
It was a great experience. I feel like it had me believing that the show was coming together, that we were going to do great this season, and it really set that foundation of a good start.
Talk about the overall show and what can people expect to see from this show?
A lot of fireworks and a lot of action happening. It's very fun.
And last question, can you get to the place that no one talks about?
Absolutely.
What makes this show, what makes this band special to where you can I mean, you guys go all the time, but what is that special sauce that gets you there almost every year?
I feel like it's commitment and Miss Liz pushing us and having good leaders and all that stuff.
All right, that's Chloe Self, your freshman trumpet player, Bandsman of the Week.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Let's join Monty Walker with the Anchors Boat and RV Storage Lady Bulldog Spotlight.
This week's Lady Bulldog Spotlight is freshman Jaylee Yowell. Did you start school in Howe?
I've been here ever since first grade.
Where were you before that?
I went to a small school in Sherman.
Okay, when did you start playing volleyball?
Since like second grade, maybe.
Where do you start playing at second grade?
I was playing in the youth league.
Is that in Sherman or Howe?
Howe.
Okay. Do you remember your first coach?
It was my uncle. He's a great coach. He's taught me everything I know about volleyball.
Now, this team is young. You're a freshman, and there's a lot of other freshmen with you. How does that help, though, with this team in the coming years?
Yeah, there's a lot of freshmen, and I think it'll help us overall because we're learning how to work together against harder teams, and I think it'll just make us better overall.
What's the hardest class you have right now?
Definitely Miss Hansen. So we have a lot of work in that class, and it's hard to keep up, but she is a really good teacher.
What class is that?
English.
Okay. So who's your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is probably Coach Lovelady. He doesn't give us a lot of work, but he's really good at explaining stuff, and I think it's amazing.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We're talking with freshman Jaylee Yowell.
Anchors with a Z Boat and RV Storage is located 1 mile off of U.S. Highway 75 in Howe, Texas. Anchors Boat and RV Storage is proud to bring personal, small-town customer service to the growing area of North Texas. With both open and covered parking available, locally owned and operated, members of the Howe Area Chamber of Commerce and the Texas Self-Storage Association. Anchors Boat and RV Storage has 20 amp power available and is manager occupied at 311 Old Highway 6 in Howe. Visit anchorsboatrvstorage.com or call 903-444-2500.
We're back with freshman Jaylee Yowell. What are some things that this team needs to do to get better?
I think we need to work on communication and just talking and knowing our spots. But overall, I think we all are good individually. We just need to work better together.
In your life, who is someone you look up to?
Definitely my aunt, Samantha. She's a rock star. She is awesome. She taught me everything I know. She pushes through the hard times, and she's amazing.
What other activities are you involved with at Howe High School?
I am in cheer. I'm the JV captain, and I'm in band. I play the saxophone and volleyball. I also play basketball. Yeah.
So how do you manage your time with all that you have going on?
I don't really know. I guess I push through a lot, and I love my sleep. And I think winning and doing better and pushing and being in all my classes, it drives me to, it motivates me to do the best I can. And I know it's better for my future to work as hard as I can right now. So in the future, life is easier.
So I know we're talking about volleyball here, but let's talk about the band for a minute. You're in the band. You got a big contest coming up. You try to get to the place no one talks about. Yeah. So talk about your performance and talk about the show and all of that.
Oh my goodness, I love band. It does take a lot of time, but we're good. Miss Liz is a great director, and our show is very, very cool. We play a lot of good songs that everybody knows, and I think it makes everybody want to watch our band, because I would too. We play amazing songs. It's amazing. And we take up the whole field, which is really nice. And our slow movements, I love slow movements, and it's amazing.
Really excited about band. All right, let's talk about siblings. Do you have any siblings?
I have an older sister.
What's her name?
Her name's Jaden.
And did she go to school here? Talk about that.
No, she went to school in Sherman, and she finished her senior year online because she got married. And so she's living with Houston with her husband and her husband's family.
I guess the one benefit about going to school in Howe rather than Sherman is that you get to participate not only in volleyball but also band and cheer and all of that stuff. Do you ever think about that? If you were at Sherman High, what you would be participating in maybe?
Yes, I think about that a lot actually, because a lot of bigger schools, if you're in one thing, you have to stick to one thing. But I love having a variety of like all the activities I can do. Like I can't give up band, I can't give up sports, I can't give up cheer. I love all those things, and I feel like going to a bigger school, I couldn't do that. And I would just prefer living in Howe because it's smaller. I get to have more friends in different activities, and so those different activities will help me out.
Volleyball. Tell us about Coach Switzler.
I love Coach Switzler, and she's very, very pregnant. I'm surprised. She's very pregnant. She's a great coach. She is very good at explaining things, and we do drills that, help us out. And, in our huddle, she's always giving, the best critiques, and she's just a really helpful coach.
Have you thought about life after, I know you're a freshman, but have you thought about life after Howe High School?
I definitely have. I really, really want to go to college at Baylor, and I want to be a radiologist.
What is it about Baylor?
Just everything from the colors to their school to their medical field. I don't know. I've also watched Baylor in volleyball and their college sports and their cheer team. I want to do cheer in college, and just everything about it. It's just an amazing school, and it's close to home, so I don't want to be far from home.
All right, that's your Lady Bulldogs Volleyball Spotlight. Freshman Jaylee Yowell.
Tonight's Lady Bulldog Spotlight has been brought to you by Anchors Boat and RV Storage. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Now let's go back to the stadium with Caroline Slauson, Justin White, Jake Roberts, and Monty Walker.
Welcome back. It's 21-7. There we go. Yeah. It's 21-7, Callisburg in the lead. Let's recap the first half for you. Callisburg took the ball first at their own, actually at the Howe 49-yard line. And they drove the first 6 plays of the football game. I'm kind of stalling here for Jake to get highlights ready to go. Tell me when you're ready.
We're all set.
Okay. So on that sixth play of that initial drive by Callisburg, it was they had driven all the way down to the 10-yard line. Phillips had carried it on every play, but they got down to the 6-yard line. Phillips left the game, and they brought in Tegan Barnett on his first carry of the night. Play, Howe may have this football at about the 6-yard line, and Barnett, someone other than Phillips, got a handoff, and Barnett coughs it up right into the lap of the Howe Bulldogs. And that gave it back to Howe at their own 6-yard line, but they had to punt. Callisburg started at the Howe 45-yard line on their next possession. They drove 5 plays, 45 yards, and punched it in the end zone on a Q-box quarterback run. Line of scrimmage, and he'll hand off to Phillips. No, he's going to keep it. Throwing the ball for the first time tonight. Can't find anywhere to go, so he's going to tuck it and run left side. Lots of space over there. Makes a cut. Down around the 5. Squirts in at the 3-yard line. Touchdown, Callisburg. That made it 7-0 with 3:58 on the clock in the first quarter. It was a 2-minute and 59-second drive. Howe took the ball at their own 25-yard line, drove 6 plays before turning it over on downs on the wild dog by BU. He had nowhere to run basically in the entire first half. Callisburg took the ball at the 50-yard line, drove it into the second quarter, and on the very first play of the second quarter, it was a touchdown by Jace Bauer. And this is a toss inside, a little trap play. Barreling his way over and into the end zone is Jace Bauer. From the 4-yard line, it was a 4-play, 50-yard drive. Took 1:44 off the clock and gave Callisburg a 14-0 lead with 11:56 left to go in the second quarter. Howe's next possession resulted in 6 plays but ended up with a punt. And then Callisburg took it back at the 8:50 mark from their own 27-yard line. They drove 9 plays, 63 yards. Took 5 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock, and some confusion on this. We thought there was a penalty down on a touchdown run. They never took the points off the board, so we assumed there was a touchdown and that this was the 2-point conversion. However, actually, this play was the touchdown. And goes in motion, and that's Hazel again. The option. It's a halfback pass going towards the end zone, caught at the 1, straight into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Caller threw it, and Bauer caught it at the 1. That made it 21-0 with 3:36 left on the clock in the first half. Howe took the ball at their own 27-yard line, drove 3 plays and had to punt, gave it back to Callisburg at the 2:17 mark. They drove 4 plays before the freshman Deacon Bender intercepted it at the 22-yard line, which gave Howe a chance to score, in which they did on 1 play. And down the sidelines, this is Riken Cross. It's a foot speed, 40, 30, look out, 20, 15, you're not going to catch him. It is touchdown time in Texas as the clock hits 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A quick strike to Riken Cross, and Howe's in the end zone. I think I meant to say foot race and not foot speed, but that was a 1-play, 78-yard drive. 20 seconds off the clock. Made it 21-7 with Callisburg in the lead with 22 seconds left to go in the first half. Callisburg had a chance. There we go. They had a chance to score late at their own 37-yard line, drove 2 plays, and ended the half with a fumble recovery by Malachi Daly. But it's a 21-7 score here in Callisburg, and not on the positive side for the Howe Bulldogs. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have some stats for you and perhaps maybe some scores if we can fit it in. We'll be right back.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
Hey, Steve here, the Crazy AC Guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get 0% financing for 60 months for any qualified air conditioning and heating system. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
All right, welcome back here at Wildcat Stadium in Callisburg, Texas. I'm Justin White alongside Stephen Braswell with the Baker Heating and Air Conditioning halftime show. We got some stats with Braz coming up here. About 5.5 minutes left in the halftime show. 21-7, Callisburg leads the Bulldogs. Braz, you want to take it away with stats?
Sure, I will. So it's been a kind of a rough first quarter.
Yeah.
But honestly, better than last week.
Right.
When you look at it like that. So right now for the night, Strong is 3 out of 6 on his pass attempts for 106 yards.
Okay.
And of course, the big one was the one to Rack Cross. And actually, all 106 yards are Racken.
Oh, really?
Cross. Yes,
wow.
Sure. And as far as rushing, 14 rushes for 33 yards.
Total as a team, wow.
As a team, yes. So total in the first half offense is 139 yards right now. The Callisburg, they were 6 of 7 passing for 26 yards, and they also have that one touchdown that we wasn't sure what it was at first.
Yeah. Well, it looked like it was a touchdown, and then they called it back. We thought maybe it was a personal foul, and then they ended up, and that was going to be a PAT, but ended up, whatever the penalty was, did count the touchdown, and then they score the next play.
Yep. They've got 23 rushes for 174.
Man.
So total first half totals, they have 200 yards rush, 200 yards offense first half. For individuals on the Bulldogs, we got Strong 3 rushes for 30 yards. BU's having a rough night. He's got 8 rushes for 3 yards. Piper has 1 for 0, and Cross has 2 rushes for 0 yards. We mentioned that Strong is 3 of 6 for 106 yards and a TD, and those 3 receptions have been by Cross, and there's 106 yards and 1 TD, including the one, and I can't remember how long the one was. What was that, 70 yards?
Yeah, it was 78.
78 yards, yeah. On the Callisburg side, rushing wise, you got Phillips, 10 rushes for 75 yards, so he's popping 7.5 yards of carry. Q-Box, 6 for 68 yards. He's got 1 touchdown, and he fumbled once. Tegan Barnett, 5 for 14 with a fumble. Hazel, 1 rush for 10 yards and a touch. And Jace Bauer, 1 for 7.
You said Phillips was 10 for 75?
10 for 75, yes, sir.
Wow.
Passing wise, Q-Box, 6 of 7 for 26 yards, a TD and the interception at the end, very last play. Receiving wise, you got Westerfield 1 for 19, Pauler 2 for 15, Hazel 1 for 6, and Bauer has 2 for a minus 14 yards.
Wow.
So, but he's also got a touch. So, touchdown corner.
As dominant as they were in the first half, Bulldogs are still within striking distance, only down 21-7.
Yep, you're right.
And so, I mean, it feels like that. The score's like 28-0, 35-0, but you're only down by 2 scores. Somehow, some way, you're still in this game, and it helped with the cross touchdown at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and it would really help if we managed to go down and get some points on the first possession.
First half, yeah, you're really into this game.
Yep.
do some quick scores from around the area. Some of these are Frisco schools, some bigger schools, some of them are smaller. Frisco Liberty over Frisco Memorial, that was last night, 28-7. The Raccoons of Frisco High, 21-9 over Lebanon Trail of Frisco. Little Elm lost to Denton Geyer, that was last night, 49-21. Tioga 30-17 over Alvord. Heritage 17-7 over Reedy, that's in the third quarter. Denton Ryan 48, Denton High 0. Collinsville up on Era 51-12. Lindsay Big up on Chico in the third quarter, that's 46-0. And get the scores from our district, and then we'll get ready to.
I have a few from this area. We got Van Alstine, Farmersville tied at 14 at halftime. We got Wolf City and White Rat. Wolf City leads 49-14 at halftime. Nacona and Tom Bean. Tom Bean leads 42-0 at halftime. We got Gunner and Blue Ridge. Gunner leads 38-14. That's still in the second quarter. And you got Bells 36-0 over S&S.
All right. And that getting ready to wrap up our Baker Heating and Air Conditioning halftime show and get ready to start the second half. Got Monty about to come on here in a second. Both teams have come out to the field out of their tunnels.
Senior night will be November 7th, Thursday.
Am I on?
You're on.
All right.
Again, that is Thursday,
So
November 7th.
let me turn this. I feel like I'm in a box. Let me turn that up a little bit. Wait, somebody turn my headsets down. That's what it is. Braswell.
That may be Braswell. He wanted to be able to hear.
Huh? Oh, is this yours?
Oh.
Oh, no wonder.
So now yours is going to be sky high. Like.
There we go. That's much better. Okay, now.
Loud and clear, huh?
Yeah, wait a minute. Now that might be too loud. But my headsets are way louder than most people's.
Has it always been like that?
It's almost too loud. There we go. Yeah, I've always been the guy.
I mean, I actually can hear, I guess.
I'm always the guy with the loudest headsets of all time. Everybody that puts my headsets on, they're like, my goodness, how do you hear? It's always been that way since.
And can still hear pretty well.
Since 1994, I've been the loud headset guy. Here's your Tech Wave kickoff. Going to go to Riken Cross at the 12-yard line, who slips down again. Gets some different cleats, young man.
As he slips down around the
I don't know if he's still trying to wear his turf shoes or not.
I don't know. I mean, that's the third time we've seen him slip. And they've all been for times when he's got the ball in his hand.
And had a lot of turf in front of him.
Exactly,
yeah. Grass, in this case.
Yes.
In front of him. So, I feel like I'm overmodulated now. Am I, did my mic get adjusted or anything there, young Jake?
It doesn't sound like it. I don't think so.
I feel like I'm really loud. Okay, here we go. Now back to action. Here we go. Maybe it's just my headsets. I got them extra cranked up. First play of the second half. Ryland Strong with an empty backfield. Actually, he has an H-back. Strong wants to throw. Quick pass. One hops his receiver, Thornton. Jeremiah Thornton. Falls incomplete. So Howe with the ball at their own 12-yard line after Cross fell down. There's 11:55 on the clock.
On their own 12-yard line.
Bulldogs trying to go to the air first play of the drive.
I still think my mic is way too high, but maybe it's my headsets. Maybe that's what it is. Strong rolls out right. Wanting to throw. Does. Finds his man. Of course, it's Riken Cross.
Strong's pass again to
and that'll be a pickup to about the 17-yard line. A gain of about 5. Which will bring up a 3rd and 5. And now we've got a wind gust blowing in from somewhere. Somebody's mic is catching it. Maybe it's a crowd mic.
Maybe now.
Well, a heavy wind out of the north, it appears. Right in the face of the Howe Bulldogs, who are trying to air it out a little bit. BU in the backfield next to Strong. That's not BU. Strong rolling out near side, throws on the run, nobody there. It falls incomplete. It's 4th down as Cross down the field at the 45-yard line, turned around and said, hey, I'm open. I was open. But that's a tough throw to make on the run across your body that far down the field.
Especially for a sophomore, yeah. And Cross was pretty far downfield. And when he threw the ball there in the field of play, it was right in front of the Callisburg bench. I think Callisburg kind of wanted to intentional grounding maybe.
Not what Howe wanted on their first opening drive, to only take 18 seconds off the clock and quickly punt. Here's the punt. It's a wobbly kick into the wind. A high kick, bounces at the 43, rolls forward just for a little bit. It's going to be down right there at the 43-yard line by Rankin Cross. And Callisburg has good field position after the 26-yard punt into the wind by Garcia.
Bulldogs not able to take advantage of the getting the ball first. Go 3 and out. Now they got to get a stop, make sure they don't fall behind even more. I was talking to Braswell during the halftime show. It felt like Callisburg dominated that first half, but you're still within striking distance, only down 14.
The defensive line coach is up here with us, and we asked him about halftime. He said, I was just talking very sternly with the defensive line. Wasn't screaming, just talking very firmly. 11:03 on the clock, box in the gun, sends a man in motion, which is Bowers. A handoff to Phillips. Runs right side, stuck. And a flag comes in late, but he ran right into Tank Turner. And Charles Furr was there, and Braden Ulmer was there.
I think Furr grabbed him first at the ankles and just held him up until everybody came and brought him down.
For the moment, it's about a 1-yard loss, but let's check this flag. The officials are having a discussion at the 44-yard line. The officials tonight, the referee is Mark Terrell. The umpire, Jared, trying to read my own writing, Jared Dutton. The head linesman is Greg Grimes. The line judge is Kevin Hageman. And the back judge is Tommy Tubbs. Sounds like an SEC line judge. Back judge.
It was a personal foul face mask against Callisburg.
Did Tommy Tubbs say that? That came from the back judge, Tommy Tubbs.
It's gonna be.
I think I'm going to be talking about Tommy Tubbs the rest of the game. They'll back it up to the 47-yard line. Into Callisburg territory. And this is still the first official play of this series. This is going to be Botts trying to keep it, throwing it deep down the field, looking for his receiver, which is caught at the 12 and strolling into the end zone for the touchdown is Trace Pollard. He and Rankin Cross were foot to foot, and it appeared like the ball was going to fall incomplete, but Pollard just made a dart for the football right over Cross into the end zone for a 53-yard strike, one-play drive.
I mean, Box play set perfectly right over the shoulder of Pollard, and maybe just had maybe a very, very small step on Cross. I think Cross even expected him to catch that.
I was hoping Tommy Tubbs would throw a flag there. Here's Walker's PAT. It's true, 28-7, Callisburg in the lead with 10:40 left to go in the third. We'll be back in a moment.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
Your hit, roof, and exterior scoring drive recap for Callisburg. One play, 53 yards. It took a minute 2 off the clock, and it was a box to Pollard, 53-yard touchdown strike, which brings our new score 28-7, Callisburg in the lead. 10:40 on the clock here in the third as we approach the Tech Wave kickoff. And it'll be Trip Hazel who bangs it away to the right side corner. And Cross watches it roll into the end zone. And Howe will take it at their own 25-yard line.
Sets up the Bulldogs 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
You're down 21. You still got plenty of time, but you can't continue to go 3 and out and then give the ball back and let them march the football down the field and score. You're going to basically have to score on every possession right now.
Well, you certainly can't do it when you take 18 seconds off the clock for a drive. You need some sustained drives, and the wind is in your face, so if you can get the run game going here, that would be certainly to your advantage. And Braden Ulmer is in the game in the backfield in a pistol look about a yard behind Strong. 2 receivers to the right, and a handoff to Ulmer. Bounces it out right side, caught at the line of scrimmage. Phillips will bring it backwards. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage officially at the 25, but no gain for Ulmer, and he has had just nowhere to run so far tonight.
You talked about getting that running game going. They only had 33 rushing yards in the first half, and there's just been nowhere to run tonight, which has forced Strong to have to go to the air.
Which is so odd compared to what this offensive line has been able to do the entire season. When you take out the Gunners and the Bells and the even with Gunner, they were able to move in that direction. Strong all alone in the backfield, runs for his life around the right edge, trying to escape, throws it as he was being brought down. The ball is almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete at the 30-yard line. And now
the flag guy may be holding. They blitzed Strong again. Strong running for his life. Strong has not had a clean pocket at all. He's always having to roll out.
This is going to be called against Jacob Griffo. And I think that's his second holding call tonight.
Griffo, who's been pretty good this season, really good. It's just had a tough time this tonight.
So back it up 10 to the 15-yard line. And it will remain second down.
Indication holding against
it's declined. So it'll be third down and 10.
10 on the 25-yard line.
So Callisburg, I think, has had 3 declined penalties tonight.
They're betting on their defense.
Dropping straight back and now flushed out of the pocket is Strong. He's going to keep it. He crosses the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Strong again. Chase out the backfield around the
that's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, he just has not had any time and wants to look downfield to throw.
And Zinski,
but not necessarily saying there's good coverage downfield. It's just those linebackers are getting after him real quick, and he's got to make quick decisions. That time he kept it and ran it, but only back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, not even. He lost a yard and stopped the clock at 9:30. So Garcia will have to punt from his own 11-yard line. Noah Seaver is the up man just in front of him, about 6 or 7 yards. Garcia's punt is a high wobbly kick into the teeth of the wind. Will bounce at the 39, roll forward, gets another good roll that goes to midfield. And the Callisburg Wildcats will start right there after a 26-yard punt. 9:18 on the clock here in the third. Howe's got some work to do, but first things first, they've got to stop Callisburg.
Just a quick rundown.
They have not been able to do that tonight. And, one thing you hadn't seen a lot since that first possession is Colin Phillips.
That was a very impressive first opening drive by Phillips.
And he got hurt on defense there in that second quarter and just hadn't been the same. He's been out there. He's out there now, but just hadn't been the same since the first couple of drives.
1st and 10, left to right goes Callisburg. From the 50, snap back, hand off to Phillips. Left tackle, he'll gain 6 yards.
It is uncanny, though, how similar these offenses are for both teams. They like to keep the ball on the ground. have pretty good athletic quarterbacks who can throw the ball fairly well.
Both quarterbacks appear to be identical twins. Both wear number 12, both about the same stature. It's just one has a funky name, Q Box, and he hands off. No, he's going to keep it around the right edge, makes a cut. He's got a little room, breaks 2 tackles. He can't break the tackle of Ulmer, but he does pick up the first down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards for Q Box.
Box making a good decision on that read option, kept it himself. And he's done a tremendous job tonight as far as running with the ball and avoiding tacklers and not going down after the first initial contact.
One of my favorite names, Gustavo Perez, checks out of the game. Offensive lineman for Callisburg. Box stands to the, or actually Phillips stands to the right. Box looking downfield, flush down to the pocket, rolling left. On the chase is Noah Seaver. Box plenty of room to run. Going to get close to the sticks and go out of bounds. After about what looks like a 9-yard gain at the 24-yard line.
And you think about this Callisburg team, they haven't won a district game. They're 0-3 going into the night.
But they have not played SNS yet.
No.
Sets up a 2nd and 8.
So there's that.
There's that, yeah. And I think they've played Gunner already, I believe.
They have. 69-0, I believe. And it was one of those really quick games, much like Howe's game a week ago. Handoff to Phillips up the middle, and he's brought down pretty quickly. I think he's going to get the first down. He's right at the sticks.
Off the inside.
Maybe not. Maybe a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up. 7:50, the clock rolls here in the 3rd. Ball at the 23 after a 1-yard gain. Need to get to the 22 to pick up a first.
No.
It's 3rd down.
You can almost guarantee they'll go for it on 4th down, too, if they don't get this 3rd down.
Phillips behind Box. They get Howe to jump off sides. Here's Box throwing it deep down the field, and it's going to be incomplete at the goal line. His intended receiver was Gabe Zinski. The flag that's down is going to be against Howe. That'll be an easy first down as they went on a hard count, and Howe bit. They can't all be super disciplined like the former Howe Bulldog Malin Walker back in the day. As we talked to our Night Furniture Sideline report, not the first half that Howe thought they were anticipating coming out of the gate, Malin.
No. You'd want to see more from that first drive, but unfortunately you couldn't get it. And now you got to play defense and get some more offensive traction.
You know, it was like that right out of the gate. On the opening kickoff, Reichencross at the 12-yard line slipped down. And that's kind of seems like it set the tone for this second half so far. Box will turn and toss to Phillips as he fumbled the ball a little bit, but he's able to grab it. As the toss came to him, it hit his fingertips and went up in the air, but he was able to rebound it, so to speak, as there's been a lot of basketball talk off the air tonight by Jake Superstar Roberts. But no gain on the play.
No such claims were made.
Ball at the 18.
He's like, but I'll take it, though. If you're gonna.
I mean, I guess. But
hey,
no such claims were made.
2nd down and 10. Box rolls out right, looking deep down the field. Now he's going to tuck it. Now stops and throws. Going to be caught. Zinski again at the 6-yard line. It is Zinski on the catch down to the 6-yard line. A 12-yard gain. It was a dart thrown by Q Box.
Box just has real good presence. I mean, just a poise about him. Knows when to run, knows when to stay in the pocket. Thought about running and then just stopped and delivered a laser to the receiver to get the first down.
1st and goal from the 7. Phillips and Box have a little conversation. And now Box fakes it to Phillips and throws quickly, incomplete, intended for Bauer. And that stops the clock at 6:15 as they get a couple of more ticks down to 6:14.
I know, they're
They don't have Ryan Snap running the clock. That's for sure.
Take it where they can get it.
Second down and goal from the 7. Callisburg breaks the huddle, jogs to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield. Direct snap to Phillips, and he's gang tackled like BU is in the Wild Dog. Nowhere to go. Line of scrimmage, maybe. It'll be third down and goal from the 7. As House did a great job of sniffing that one out. Maybe their stern talking to from the coach up here made an impact, especially right there on that play.
You need it. So now you got third down, third and goal from the 7, 8.
7.
And Box back in there at quarterback. Keep an eye on him. And I bet they'll go for this on fourth down if they don't make it.
Also, keep an eye out on Westerfield, split out wide to the left. Looking that way initially was Box. Now he's being chased down, flushed out of the pocket by Tank Turner, but right there are the rest of the white jerseys. And that's going to be a loss. Let's see if they attempt a field goal by Walker with the wind at his back. Looks like it would be somewhere in the range of about a 30-yard field goal. Now, 33 years ago tonight, I think another Walker kicked about a 25-yarder or so. It's on the other end, though.
In the rain and the mud.
In the mud.
What's that like, kicking in that?
Well,
those kind of conditions.
You just hope your left foot stays on the ground. 4:53 on the clock. A 32-yard field goal attempt by Walker. A line drive kick is true from the middle of the field. Callisburg extends their lead 31-7 with 4:46 remaining in the third. We'll be back after this timeout.
This is 3-year starting kicker Jonathan Garcia. When I kick the ball, I don't need no stinking tea, but I will take a sweet tea at Sonic before, during, and after the game. When I kick on over to Sonic, they have great food and big smiles.
Johnny, get your leg warmed up.
I stay warmed up with Sonic's onion rings and tater tots, not to mention the great drink specials.
Hey, Johnny, we need you to drill this one. Let's go. Bring your tea.
Nah, Coach, I just finished it. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Johnny Garcia bangs it through.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap for Callisburg went 9 plays, 36 yards, took 4 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock. As your Tech Wave kickoff goes to Kendall O'Brien, looking for a block, coming near side to the 25-yard line and hit out of bounds there. And Howe will start, it appears, at their own 25 with 4:39 remaining in quarter number 3. The score on that hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap was a 32-yard field goal by Chris Walker to the south end zone uprights from the middle of the field. And Howe comes back on offense after having punted on the first 2 possessions.
They didn't even get a first down this half, have they?
Had one first, well, no first downs. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Strong in the gun, turns, wants to throw the screen pass quickly. It's not there, so he fires it down the field in traffic, and I believe it's intercepted. No, it's incomplete. Almost picked off by it. I think that was Michael Hammer who almost brought that in. But the incomplete pass stops the clock at 4:31. Howe with the ball at their own 24-yard line.
They had 3 receivers. They had Thornton, Ulmer, and Cross bunched over on the right side, and we're going to get it to Cross and have Ulmer and Thornton blocking, but it wasn't there, and then trying to throw it away, almost had it intercepted.
Brevin Mayo, a tight end, checks into the game. Cross, actually Strong, throws it down the field, intended for Ulmer. Too high and falls incomplete.
intended for number 4.
And Ulmer said something to the official like he thought he might have been held there, possibly. But it's 3rd and 10 now, and Howe still, again, has yet to pick up a first down in the second half.
And Jacob Griffo was battling with his counterpart as well, and I think wanting some kind of a flag. Didn't get it.
Clock at 4:27. Stopped after the incomplete pass. Strong looking to the sideline for a play, and they were running out of time. Had to call a timeout. We'll take one, too. 4:27 on the clock in the third. Callisburg leads 31-7.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
Strong quickly throws right to Cross. Caught near the out-of-bounds mark.
To number 3.
And, well, there we go. Nope.
Oh, there we go.
All right, nope.
Nope.
No gain on the play.
Not enough for a first down, so it's 4th down and punt time once again for the Howe Bulldogs.
How many punts do we think that Garcia's gotten up in the past 3 weeks?
Well,
even going back as far as the second half of the Leonard game.
It's a lot. His leg should be tired.
I mean, he has gotten better at it throughout this season.
He certainly has. Punting into the wind. Again, a ball goes over his head, but he was somehow able to jump up and snag that. The kick gets away. It's caught on the return. Zinski racing down the sideline, 35-30, 25-20, gets a great block at the 15, and he squirts in free for the touchdown. It looks to be somewhere around a 48-yard punt return. We have an injured Bulldog, which I think is Aiden Torres.
I think it's Charles Furr, I think.
Is it 34?
So I think so, yeah.
I thought it was 31.
Well, there's not a 31,
okay,
and it is a 4. And the young man is down at the 43-yard line, somewhere in traffic of where the ball was caught by Zinski.
Yeah, that is number 34. They just got him up right now.
It is Charles Furr. Hey, Roger, that's Charles Furr. I know you're listening. It's Charles Furr.
Got it.
No AC needed tonight. But I tell you what, we went downstairs in pregame. It was 63 degrees in the press box when we got here.
Nice.
And then we started talking about our press box guys who are in control of our temperature in our press box, who those guys apparently don't have much blood because it's 75 degrees in there. We just had a great conversation with those guys.
It feels good up here now.
Certainly does. It is, according to my watch, 76 degrees. 3:59 on the clock at the Berg. 37-7, awaiting a PAT by Chris Walker. Box to hold. Snaps back, kicks up. Kick is good. 38-7, our new score. Callisburg in the lead. 3:59 left to go in the third. We'll be back after this timeout.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC.
Standing, so I don't know what. There we go. Every time we come back, I'm in mono. Here's your Tech Wave kickoff. Low line drive kick taken by Cross at the 10-yard line. Trying to run to the far sideline and turn the corner. He ran a long way and got 15 yards on the return, and Howe will start at their own 25-yard line with 3:52 on the clock. Standing about 10 feet away from me to my left is Howe Bulldogs head coach Jay Forsyth, basketball head coach. And not to say that he's probably excited about this outcome, because I'm sure he's not, but if Howe loses, and it appears they're going to, it virtually brings on basketball season.
I was just thinking about that during the break. I thought, well, basketball season will be here in about 3 weeks.
3:51 on the clock as Howe comes back out on offense from their own 25. Strong thought about the screen pass, now finds Malachi Daly at the 35-yard line and hammered down at the 36, but that's a first down catch of about 12 yards, 11 yards.
He looked off the screen to Cross, then found Daly run the slant across the middle, and it will hit Daly, get that first down. Finally, the first down of the second half here with 3:25 to go in the third quarter.
3:19 on the clock. Strong drops back 3 steps, looks right, throws right, got Cross, makes the catch at the 39, goes out of bounds near the 45-yard line at the 43. 6-yard gain. I remember this one game in the playoffs a very long time ago where I think it was Pilot Point. Don't quote me on that. But they ended the opponent's season in the playoffs and rolled a basketball across the field.
I've heard things like that.
Wow.
Very subtle.
Just a subtle, hey, guys, it's basketball season for you guys. Second down and 3 for Howe. 3 receivers come near side, including Ulmer in the slot. Cross finds an interception at the 45-yard line. It's guess who? It's Phillips. And he outruns everybody all the way down the sideline into the end zone. And now a late flag comes in after the play around the 20-yard line. And Howe looks like they had an injured player in the end zone as well. But again, another interception for the Howe Bulldogs.
It looks like there were 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against Howe, and somebody's been ejected.
Not sure who that is. We have somebody throwing their helmet off the side. Somebody's really upset over
there. Is that Will Ingram, maybe?
It could be Ingram.
Ingram's pretty upset.
Is that Ingram?
Yes, it is.
That's large margin. Don't get in his way right now.
He was making a beeline down the field, now walking over there. I think he's going to have a conversation with his dad, it appears, at the fence. So now Walker will come on for the PAT.
Well, we've seen some lot of pushing and shoving after the whistle between Griffo, and then Ingram has been tied up with a couple of guys. Apparently he got called for something.
The PAT by Walker is good, right down the middle. And now it's 45-7. The wheels may be starting to come off a little bit.
Start.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
So hot up here. Roger must think he's preaching a Hellfire Sunday sermon.
I know. He won't ever turn the air on.
Monty, who recovered that fumble?
The only name that comes to mind is Lucifer.
Charles Furr? Got it.
Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255.
Fifth quarter tonight is going to be a hot one.
I bet. Got hail? Get Hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
Well, it's 45-7. And it's gotten out of hand a little bit. It was about a 45-yard interception return by Phillips to make it 45-7, our new score. 2:53 on the clock. We're still in the third. Howe's about to get the football back as Trip Hayes setting up the tee on the right hash.
Trip Hazel teeing the ball up again for the Wildcats.
So your Tech Wave kickoff will feature Noah Seaver back deep. No Riken Cross.
I guess they enforced those penalties on the PAT.
Here's the kick, low line drive kick over the head of Seaver, who tried to catch it over his head. Might have slowed it down a little bit, and it does finally roll into the end zone.
What are you doing?
He's going to try to run it out.
What are you doing?
He tried to run it out. He's going to be trapped at the 1 yard line.
What happened was he touched it when he caught it. It bounced off the top of his fingertips, and he didn't know. And he saw all the Callisburg people running down. That's why the ball was in the end zone.
So when he tried to catch the ball over his head, which I didn't think he had any business trying to catch it in the first place. So he must have got a fingertip on it.
He must have. And then I wondered that too. I thought, does he touched it? And then it kind of rolled to the end zone, and Callisburg's not slowing down. He's kind of looking at it and looking up at Callisburg, then decides to pick it up and run. And then he's running parallel basically with the goal line, trying to get around the corner. And he may have just barely got out of the end zone.
We have an injured player in the end zone.
I think that's Seaver. Noah Seaver, who was the kick returner.
Yes, it looks like it. From what I saw, it looked like, I don't even know if he touched it. I just don't know if that's a practice rep thing, because I know he doesn't go out there a lot. But if he saw those Callisburg players and he decided to pick it up at the end zone.
It's a safety.
Yeah.
They just called a safety. Well, Riken Cross was not back there to return. Riken Cross has been your kick returner. He may have got injured on the interception return for a touchdown on the last drive, so he wasn't out there for the kickoff. So Noah Seaver was back there, and usually the ball goes into the end zone on the kickoffs, at least most of the time tonight. But Seaver may have touched it, but when it went over his head, and just may have got a finger on it.
Well, what I'm not understanding is if he hadn't touched it, the ball went into the end zone. So wouldn't that immediately be because the ball's set there for a second before he decided to pick it up? So
had he not picked it up and tried to run with it and they recovered, it would have been a touchdown.
But I wonder if he knew he touched it.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wonder if he knew he touched it. I mean, or if he knew the officials touched it.
Only Noah Seaver knows that, and I think Tommy Tubbs saw it.
Seaver's like, I didn't touch it. Tubbs like, no, you touched it. You better grab it.
And you got Tommy Tubbs back there. You better be playing by the rules.
And then we picked it up. When he picked it up, they were about 2 yards from him, about 3 maroon jerseys.
So Howe will now have to kick it away from their own 20. So far in the second half,
they've scored 26 points in the third quarter.
A 53-yard touchdown from Box to Poller for Callisburg, and then a 32-yard field goal by Chris Walker, and then a punt return for a touchdown by, that was Zinski, wasn't it?
The punt return, yes.
And then an interception return for a touchdown by Phillips, and now a safety. So the pass, my gosh, 4:46, 4:59. The past 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes has just been disastrous for Howe. That may be the worst 2.5 minutes in Howe Bulldog football history.
It was 21-7 at the half.
Here's your Tech Wave kickoff. Technically, it's a kickoff from a safety. It's going to go to Zinski. He's got a lot of room. Gets a great block down the sideline. Finally taken down by Jonathan Garcia. And another flag comes in late. Personal foul type. But the ball right now, as it stands, is going to be at about the 37-yard line. I think maybe their best tackler on this team could be Jonathan Garcia. We're having a discussion right now with referee let me see. Mark Terrell and none other than Tommy Tubbs.
You talk about the wheels falling off, man. It's just, I mean, it's almost gotten worse since you said that. But I mean, as I was saying earlier, it was 21-7 at half, and we're not done with the third quarter. They scored 26 unanswered points here in this third quarter. There's still 2:35 left to go. I mean, it just fallen apart.
Infraction goes against Howe.
I mean, they've fallen apart on this side on the penalty side too.
Yeah, they're
there's a lot of personal fouls in this third quarter by the Bulldogs.
I'm getting very frustrated. It's like they really need a bye week. They need a break.
Now the ball will be at the 32-yard line.
On the Bulldog 32-yard line.
That's where Callisburg will start this next possession with 2:35 on the clock at the Howe 32. Remember, Howe won 33 years ago tonight here on this field, 50-0, in a game completely opposite of that tonight. Box will hand off. That's Bauer trying to find the right corner. Is going to be brought down by Bo Stevens from around the shoulder pads from behind.
Number 8, Jace Bauer around the right
Pretty
side.
decent gain to the 29-yard line. Gain of about 3.
4 yards, 3 yards. Brought down by number 9, Bo Stevens.
Keep the clock running on this one as he went out of bounds. Crowd wanted a late hit out of bounds on either Piper or Stevens. Won't get it.
Second down and 7 here, 2:02 on the clock. Handoff, right side, bouncing it out. And finally hit hard by Braden Ulmer. On the carry was Tegan Barnett, and he paid the price at the end of that run. Not enough for a first, but inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
And number 21,
Deacon Bender stood him up, and then Ulmer finished him off.
Big 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats.
Ulmer still playing hard. His last road game of his career.
Ball at the 23-yard line. And it appears like Callisburg needs to get to the 21, it appears. 22 maybe. Barnett, no, this is Box going to keep it spinning out of a tackle in the middle. Still trying to spin and juke and jive, and he does pick up the first down. Inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
On the keeper, but he does pick up enough.
A gain of about 6.
First down.
A little scutterbug type run up the middle.
Box spins and jukes and drives all in that pocket and able to slip his way in for a first down.
This will probably be the last snap of the third quarter. And Howe's got to wipe their brow of this third quarter and that it's coming to an end. Box hands to Barnett, escapes one defender around the left edge. He's got some speed. He's got the end zone. 17-yard touchdown from Barnett. And on what appeared to be the final play of the third quarter, ends up in the end zone. 53-7, Callisburg leads, awaiting this PAT.
I think Howe's just ready to get this game over with.
It appears so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say the effort's not there. It's just I think they're just tired. As you said, they've been through Gunner and Bells. They haven't had an off week in 9 weeks.
Walker on for the PAT. It is up and it is true. 54-7. Callisburg in the lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hey, Steve here, the crazy AC guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get a free furnace with the purchase of a qualified AC condenser coil package. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
Well, when we went away, hats and flags and everything else got thrown on the field.
Sportsmanlike conduct against Howe, against
Callisburg, offsetting. It's getting ugly.
It is. Howe's getting frustrated, very frustrated.
So, your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap is going to have to be done on the fly here because I was looking at hats and flags and everything else. 4 plays, 68 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. It was a 17-yard touchdown by Tegan Barnett, which makes it 54-7, our new score, as we approach our Tech Wave kickoff.
Reckon Cross is back now to receive.
Braden Ulmer and number 11, Kendall O'Brien.
So they don't use Walker on kickoffs. They use Trip Hazel. Cross will stand at his own 10-yard line, middle of the field, and the kick goes almost right to him. He has to move left. It's going to roll into the end zone, and Howe will have it at their own 25-yard line. Still some more extracurricular going on as James Cowart got rolled up with one of the players, and no flags. Like Cowart and Christian Keene got into it. And you heard in the coach's show that James Cowart plays mad.
Mm-hmm.
And Harvey kind of liked that.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Ball will be spotted at Howe's own 25-yard line. 12 seconds as the third quarter will never end.
Steve Sarkeesian says, play with emotion, don't play emotional. Heard him say that a couple weeks ago.
All right, all right, all right.
Surprised we got one of those from you.
Handoff, right side, that's Piper into the game. He'll get a yard or two to the 26-yard line.
Here comes another penalty. I think Griffo.
And Piper is down.
Griffo got mixed up with somebody.
Piper is down at where he landed at the 26-yard line.
That's the last play of the third quarter. And the flag came in. I think that may be on Griffo.
We're going to take a timeout. We're going to end this third quarter. Officially, 54-7, Callisburg in the lead. We'll be back.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
This is 3-year starting kicker Jonathan Garcia. When I kick the ball, I don't need no stinking tea, but I will take a sweet tea at Sonic before, during, and after the game. When I kick on over to Sonic, they have great food and big smiles.
Johnny, get your leg warmed up.
I stay warmed up with Sonic's onion rings and tater tots, not to mention the great drink specials.
Hey, Johnny, we need you to drill this one. Let's go. Bring your tea.
Nah, Coach, I just finished it. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Johnny Garcia bangs it through. Welcome back, 54-7. Our score here at Callisburg. And there we go. Piper is getting hauled off by Ricky Ake and Andrew Harvey, and you hope that's not serious. He's a sophomore and he's got such a bright future. You just hope that that's not an injury you can't quickly come back from.
He's not putting pressure on. I can't tell which leg it is.
Looks like his left, I think. I don't know. It's on the other side of the field from here.
They haven't. Okay, now they reset the clock.
My goodness.
But there's a penalty flag, remember, to end the quarter. Now, is this one of those things where they can't end a quarter on a penalty?
You can't end the game on a defense.
Maybe in the game or into half. On a penalty.
I know y'all are waiting for this.
Well, that was an after the play penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
So they're moving back to the other side of the field, and then they'll.
So the ball spotted at the 27-yard line. All right.
So what kind of clock movement we have in this fourth quarter?
Let's get this thing moving. So Tank Turner will play right guard because Will Ingram is no more in this football game. Strong will hand off to Braden. That's James Cowart running with authority. Will gain 9 yards. He ran mad right there to the 35-yard line.
James Cowart up the middle.
He had some good carries last week in mop-up duty. And finally getting a chance after Piper went down with that injury.
That's going to be a first down. And one of the better runs we've seen all night from the Howe Bulldogs. First down and 10, left to right. Howe, handoff. Cowart runs right side. Big hole. Another 9-yard gain by Cowart. He runs hard.
He does.
I mean, he is full blast as soon as he touches the football. Up to the 44-yard line.
And good vision.
I mean, not flashy.
No.
But full speed immediately.
Run straight ahead and we'll run you over.
Strong will hand off to Cowart. Turns and runs forward. Another big gainer, a first down run on the Callisburg side to the 47-yard line.
Cowart, where have you been all season long?
He just looks angry.
Yeah.
And he wears that number 44 also.
Yeah.
So that's a very angry number to begin with.
Yes. It's like fullback number or just.
Another handoff to Cowart. Cuts it up the middle. This time he's going to be brought down after a minimal gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, that's not a flashy like a 20 or a 22.
Yeah, no. There's no There's no chance James Coward could ever wear a single-digit number.
No.
That is a 44. It fits him well, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Work perfectly. Fits him perfectly.
Howe fans might remember a Clint Bray wearing 44 many years ago. Very similar type of runner. Second down and 7, more like 8. Handoff Coward, right side, bounces it out, looking for a block, has a block, down the sidelines, 25, 20, runs out of gas and pushed out of bounds by Walker. They'll say he stepped out at the 21.
Coward get the handoff, bounce it outside. You know, he's got some wheels, not
great speed, but he's got enough to do it. 25 yards there.
He's not like Riken Cross, but he can scoot.
First down and 10 for Howe as they're making some noise late in this football game at the 21-yard line.
Got to be the leading rusher on the team tonight.
Has to be. Pistol look, turns, hands, Coward, left guard. 5 yards
again up the middle, brought down
to the 16-yard line.
63 Logan Grisham and 51.
You know, we were so impressed with him last week, and he got a few carries early in this football game, and certainly not the featured back. If you're just joining us, Braden Ulmer did start. Played a lot, got a lot of carries in the first half, but had just no success. Handoff to Coward up the middle. He got hit hard, but I'm not sure he didn't do the hitting there. Down to the 15-yard line. Only a yard gain, but he was popped and surged forward.
Yeah, number 44, Braddock McKnight, hit number 44, James Coward, and they exchanged contact information right in the middle of the field.
That's good.
As they slammed into each other.
So no gain officially. Third down and 5 coming up. Pistol formation. Handoff to Coward. Left tackle trying to bounce it out. Now cuts it up the right side, close to a first down.
That's a nice little run.
Again over the left side.
It's very fundamental.
Yeah.
He is the reincarnation of Clint Bray.
He's trying to get around the corner. He realizes he's not going to get around the corner, so he cuts it back inside.
It's very north-south.
Yeah, and just falls forward for the first down.
Ball at the 11. After
Real
the
good
5-yard
instincts.
run.
Real good instincts.
Handoff Coward, right side. Barreling through inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. It's Coward every carry so far on this drive, is it not?
It is. It is.
When we're talking about the 11th play of the drive.
And he's got his hands on his knees now.
What a workhorse and a half. You may have to call a timeout just to give that young man a breather. I was
going to say, he looks a little gassed.
Well, there is a timeout. Somebody's
got some uniform issues, I believe.
Well, I think they're not. Somebody's kind of woozy.
Well, he may have tried to tackle Coward.
Grayson Cates, number 24, very slowly walking off the field.
I think we have an official timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Well, nope, they're coming back out on the field. Scratch that.
Cancel that.
6:08 on the clock. 54-7. Callisburg in the lead, but Howe knocking on heaven's door. Two receivers come right. Coward in the backfield. Handoff Coward. Left guard. No. Ryland Strong kept it himself. What a beautiful call. And he strolls in the end zone. Touchdown time in Texas. A 4-yard touchdown by Ryland Strong. He pulled it out of his gut like Houdini. And everybody thought Coward was getting the ball there.
Yeah. Well, he's got the ball the last 12 plays, so everybody's expecting it. He pulls it out and almost walks into the end zone.
Clock still rolling. And Garcia on for the PAT. Cross will hold. Snaps back on the tee. Low line drive kick is good. Howe's on the board, 54-14, 5:04 on the clock. We'll be right back right after this.
This is 3-year starting kicker Jonathan Garcia. When I kick the ball, I don't need no stinking tea, but I will take a sweet tea at Sonic before, during, and after the game. When I kick on over to Sonic, they have great food and big smiles.
Johnny, get your leg warmed up.
I stay warmed up with Sonic's onion rings and tater tots, not to mention the great drink specials.
Hey, Johnny, we need you to drill this one. Let's go. Bring your tea.
Nah, Coach, I just finished it. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Johnny Garcia bangs it through.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap for Howe was an impressive 11-play, 75-yard drive that took over 6 minutes off the clock. It ended on a 4-yard touchdown by Rylan Strong, but the story of that drive is James Coward, as he carried 10 times on that drive, all the way down the field. And the touchdown brings our new score 54-14. 5:04 remains in the football game. Your Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. And a fair catch is called for at the 5. Did I see that right?
Garcia's kick to number 88.
Monty, 5:04 was remaining in the game.
Well, it's 3:19. We've had a continuous clock through that break. Yeah, you're right, Justin. You're right, Jake. Let's check with Malin Walker, see if he's still awake with us over here in this 54-14 game. Malin?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
One thing I was very impressed with this offensive drive. I was very impressed that they could come back and show that they have life. My message to James is to get some rest. My goodness, I'm tired after watching that. So just take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's impressive. Callisburg from their own 25 will hand off to a new running back who's thrown down by Braden Ulmer.
Ulmer's still out there playing hard.
Brought down again by Braden.
A loss of a yard back to the 24. I think on the carry was Christian Keene. I believe it was.
And this is going to be Malin's last time with us for the year.
It is, unfortunately. He doesn't get to make the trip to Blue Ridge.
Yeah.
Or home, actually.
Back home, yeah.
Senior night.
It's been fun.
We'll talk about it here in a second. Here's a handoff to Keene again. And oh my gosh, Braden Ulmer destroyed him. So Malin, the first year on the sidelines, what are your thoughts? You want to do this again?
Yeah, honestly. I like this more than playing most games. I'm not gonna lie. I come home at night and I'm like, oh, I have my knees.
Yeah.
Not sore, huh?
Yeah.
I can understand. You don't have to go to film in the morning.
No, none of that. It's awesome.
Studio 42, we're not going to have a film session tomorrow?
We're going to institute that next year. Here's a jet sweep and knocked down hard on the far side is Devin Joyce. And we're just about at the 1 minute mark. Yeah, next year we got film session on Saturday mornings. We'll get all huddle accounts.
Yeah.
We'll do.
What does that help with?
Don't forget 2-a-days.
Yeah, 2-a-days.
2-a-days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like practicing our calls.
We're going to start August 1st at midnight. You know when you can start.
Yeah.
We're gonna have our own run through.
Make sure our equipment's working.
Wait, that'd be a limp through.
40 seconds remain in the last road game of the season, and Howe has zero chance of making the playoffs now. Here's a punt, high wobbly kick, nobody back to return it. It bounces at the 44-yard line, crosses the 50, and Howe will have possession at the 45-yard line, but I don't think we're going to be able to get a playoff here. 16 seconds on the clock, and I think we have a final from the Berg. It's not been a very good trip over here the past 2 times we've been over here, Justin. The last time we were here was back for opening night 2020. Very similar game. I think it was 48-8 that night on opening night, and it was disastrous. We thought we were going to get Jordan Jones and Jalen Thornton and Austin Haley, and it was going to be offensive shootout. We had new offensive coordinator Drew Murray, and it was a complete disaster that night. Tonight was very similar.
Yeah, it was.
Unfortunately.
That night it was the end of Callisburg's losing streak as they knocked off Howe, and then it was the beginning of Howe's, or maybe the second one of Howe's long losing streak. And tonight, Callisburg came out and just dominated the first half, even though the score really didn't indicate. It was 21-7 at halftime. Howe lucky to be in it. But the third quarter, I mean, the Bulldogs just completely fell apart, and Callisburg had their way with them and scored, what was it, like 26-27 unanswered points.
Q Box and Ryland Strong exchange a hug at near midfield, and we said those two guys look a lot alike in stature. When they're standing next to each other, they're like twins.
Mm-hmm.
They do look almost, of course their helmets are on, but very similar in stature. So now we're in the Texas Land and Home post-game show as the crowd is exiting here in Callisburg, ready for that 26-mile drive home. Not too many have lasted the end of this football game. I think after the Pride of Howe had their performance, even though they faced the Callisburg crowd, starting to see exits at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we got stats with Braz. I don't think we're going to do any highlights. We'll just kind of wrap this one up. It's 54-14 loss. Callisburg wins tonight. They end any playoff hopes for the Howe Bulldogs, and it's virtually Jay Forsyth's season in Howe, Texas. We'll be back after this.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
Hey, Steve here, the Crazy AC Guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get 0% financing for 60 months for any qualified air conditioning and heating system. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
Welcome back to this 54-14 thrashing of Howe in the final road game of the season. You got a bye week next week, and then you have senior night at Bulldog Stadium to end the season. And at this point, Justin, how do you keep the kids focused through a bye week, knowing that you have one game left against a really good Blue Ridge team, and it's just, I don't envy Andrew Harvey in this position.
It's going to be tough.
Well,
it's going to be tough, trying to motivate, 17, 18-year-old kids, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, to kind of play for pride when there's really nothing on the line necessarily. But, you kind of hope that these guys, and they are competitors, and that they're willing to come out there and keep trying and at least make this thing in 2 weeks respectable. But maybe just a break, the bye, just to give them a chance to regroup and, heal some injuries and hopefully come out with some fight on in 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, I just, again, I don't envy Andrew Harvey being in this predicament of a bye week, which was an ill-timed bye week to begin with. And let's not forget, it's not like Howe's fully healthy going into this thing either. They are missing Garen Langford. They're missing Garrett Rogers. They're missing Gage Carr, the middle linebacker. They're missing their starting safety, Eli Stoner. They're also missing Caleb McNutt, starting wide receiver for the season. So this team was banged up coming in here, but I don't think they're going to use that as any excuse.
No, and you can make an argument that Braden Ulmer was just not 100% tonight either.
I think you can most certainly say that. I don't know, if Braden Ulmer is a junior, do you even play him against Blue Ridge in that final game?
Probably not.
But it is his senior year, and there will be no possible chance of keeping that young man off the field. And he has a bright future. He will play on Saturdays.
I was about to say, he has a chance to play on Saturdays.
He will play somewhere on Saturdays. No doubt about it. I think we're ready for stats with Braz. And this one's probably pretty ugly. At least it would have been, especially, except for that last drive by James Coward.
Yes, you are correct. But, the one thing about it is the defense was able to hold Callisburg to fewer yards second half. There's some things behind that, I'm sure. But okay, so totals for Howe. Passing, Strong ended up 7-15 for 131 yards. And rushing-wise, we had 27 rushes for 107 yards. Second half offense, we put up 99 yards, and a lot of that was Cowart on that one drive. And
he got all but 4 of the 75 yards.
Yep. And he ended up with 69 rushes for 69 yards is what I have. And ended up 238 yards total for the game for the Bulldogs. For Callisburg, they were 9-11 passing for 86 yards, 36 rushes for 223 yards. And like I said, Howe held them to 109 yards in the second half, but total, they had 309 yards total offense for Callisburg. For the Bulldogs, like I mentioned, Cowart, 9 rushes, 69 yards. Strong had 5 for 33 yards and a touchdown. BU, 9 for 3 yards. Piper, 2 for 2 yards, and Rackin Cross only had 2 carries for 0 yards. Passing, Strong 7-15 for 131 yards with a TD and an interception. And receiving-wise, Rackin Cross, he had 6 receptions, 119 yards with 1 touchdown. And Malachi Daly had 1 for 12 yards.
You're making your appearance here on the oh, come on. We put your video on there and you give them the hook 'em horn sign.
Yes, I do. Let's see. So for Callisburg, let's just kind of check what they had. Rushing-wise, Q-Box had 10 rushes, 88 yards, a touchdown, and 1 fumble. Phillips, 14 rushes for 81 yards, which he slowed down. He didn't get much second half, and they didn't need him a whole lot. So, Barnett, 7 for 36 with a touchdown and a fumble. Hazel, 1 for 10 with a TD. Bauer, 2 for 10. And that Keene come in there at the end, kind of cleaned up, and BU pretty much knocked him a couple times. And he ended up with 2 rushes for -2 yards. Passing wise, Box 9 for 11 for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, 1 right before the half. And receiving wise, Pollard had 3 for 68 with a touchdown, Westerfield 1 for 19, Zinski 1 for 11, Hazel 1 for 6, Joyce 1 for -4, and Bauer 2 for -14. But he also had a touchdown over in the corner. So, and that's it.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Justin, you want to go over some scores in the area for us?
Yeah, I was just going to at least just do the district. Gunner has pulled away from Blue Ridge. It's in the third quarter, but it's 52-21, so it looks like Gunner's going to pull that one out. And Bells has defeated, well, it's in the fourth quarter, but it's 43-0 over SNS. Yeah, I was just going to go over those scores from the district there.
Okay. Are we just about ready for our final thought, guys? Anybody ready to go home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, done.
All right, so let's see. Let's get everybody in that we can here. Who wants to start off? Mr. Brass?
I'll start off. So we got 2 weeks Blue Ridge. Justin mentioned a few times that they got a week to kind of settle down a little bit, get some rest and everything. But in the end, in the Blue Ridge game, it really comes down to play for pride. So especially for the seniors, make sure you go out giving your all on that last game, because for a lot of them, it'll be the last football game they play.
Yeah, senior night. Malin, you want to give us your final thought? Come on in here.
You've been down the sidelines all game long. Come on closer to the.
I bet you're tired.
Yeah.
Up and down those stairs all night.
Oh, there's a video that way.
Look at that.
Yeah, trying to get you in the video.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Here.
I thought it was just a.
Jump in front of me.
Hi, everybody. So yeah, final thought. Obviously, this is not the way this game needed to go at all. So what y'all need to do is just play for pride, really, and just give everything you have, not because you have some goal, but just because you're invested in a program. And if you're not, then you probably need to get out. It's just this is where great players are made. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's true. Jake Roberts, let's get a headphone. Just hand him the mic. Let's do that.
Yeah, so kind of bouncing off of – is that good? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, I'm not used to this. Kind of bouncing off of what Malin said. I mean, it's the last game. And what he said, the seniors, I mean, a lot of them, this is the last time they'll play football, and for the people that are going to move on and play in college, is the last time they'll ever play as a Howe Bulldog. So just go into the game with a sense of pride, knowing that you played for Howe and that this is the last time you'll get to play for Howe, and just go in there and have fun. At the end of the day, I mean, sports is about having fun. It's about winning, but it's about having fun. So just enjoy this last moment, soak it up, and just have a good time.
Justin?
I'm going to look at the glass half full. I know we talked about the seniors here in a couple of weeks, their last game, but I still didn't see it tonight, but there's still a lot of talent on this team. Again, it's a young team. There's a lot of sophomores and a lot of juniors on this team with Rylan Strong and Bryce Piper, Ryken Cross, Kendall O'Brien, all those guys that are sophomores and juniors, and they're going to get bigger, they're going to get faster. You know, Howe's starting to grow. You don't know what's going to move in here in the next year or two. And so I think there is talent on this team. It's just that we're going through some growing pains right now and just trying to smooth some things out. I think the Bulldogs are tired. Again, the bye week comes. It probably could have come 2 or 3 weeks earlier, but you need it right now more than ever. And so, but I still think that this team is a decent team. They're just going through some growing issues right now, and in a year or two, I think this could be a playoff team.
So what is Cowart?
A junior.
A junior. So the future looks bright for him next year from what we've seen the last 2 games.
And Deacon Bender, a freshman, came in there, got an interception.
Yep. Yeah, that was going to be part of my final thought is the future of this thing. You still have 1 game to go. Mm-hmm. And in that 1 game, it gives you opportunities to maybe see more of Deacon Bender and more of some of these guys that hasn't seen a lot of playing time. And I'll make 1 appearance. Hello. But you haven't, some of these guys that are coming up, you've got there's some talent at the JV level also. It's just an opportunity to see. Obviously, you're going to be against Blue Ridge, a really good football team, so you don't want to go out there and lay an egg, but you also get to see kind of what you have. But it is senior night, and you do have to focus on the seniors, and they're going to be out there giving everything they got in the final action that they're ever going to see, unless their name is Braden Ulmer and they're going to play on Saturday, which probably none of them are other than BU. But anybody else tired?
Yeah.
Anybody else need a bye week?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So we have a bye week coming up, a much needed. You know what I was thinking? As broadcasters, 7 of the past 8 seasons, we've been in week 7 or 8 and known that, my goodness, you know, when is it going to get better? You know, we keep talking about there's things to improve and things are going to change and things are going to get better, but you know, I don't want to be negative Nancy by any means, but 7 out of 8 years, it's like, okay, that's a lot of rebuilding time. It's time to turn the lights on at some point. Now, they do have talent coming up, and I think you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but when those sophomores become seniors, you need to be firing on all cylinders, okay? That's just how it works. Now, we're no different than the people sitting over there in the stands. We're fans too. But you just want to be competitive. And I think with a week off will certainly help. You get those players back that have been injured. And then just as Malin said, play with your whole heart for one final time. And if your heart's not in it, get out. So somebody else with a big heart can step into place. And you've seen that when somebody went down, you've seen a guy like James Cowart, who apparently has an enormous heart to play this football, to play this game. And so those are the kids you got to find. And they've got a week off, and in 2 weeks they can try to find more of those kids. And maybe Deacon Bender is one of those kids. And I know they have high hopes for him, and so that means we have high hopes for him. So for everyone, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to end the Texas Land and Home post-game show. And the last road game of the year, we got 26 miles before we head anywhere else. It'll be next year before we head in, unless we do some contract work and we get to do another state championship game for another team down the road, and we'll take a look at those options. If they open themselves up and present themselves, maybe we'll do that. This is also the last road game maybe for Stephen Braswell. As he has indicated to us, he's not coming back next year. He's retired or going to retire.
Retiring again, apparently, but from
it's
this.
the second go around. But we'll say our goodbyes next week if that's the case. But the carrot's always out there for your return.
Maybe be like Brett Favre and decide right before training camp, decide to come back. I'll just,
and he has to wear an OU jersey too.
Oh boy, I'm gone then.
We'll see him again, huh?
Well, we'll call it a night. The party's over. So for everyone who's been a part of this one, including Jake Roberts, Justin White, Stephen Braswell, Malin Walker, I'm Monty Walker. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to the Texas Land and Home Realty Team post-game show. Howe Bulldogs football is a product of Studio 42. The full replay of the game will be available within minutes on the same link on YouTube and HoweEnterprise.com. Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by MTE Pens, Rapid Electric, Brother Plumber, the Crazy AC Guy. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, Michelle Carney Photography, HIT, Roof and Exteriors. Also brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group, TechWave, Knight Furniture, All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Anchors Boat and RV Storage.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.